But a lot of people don't even know my name necessarily.
What did I say?
Well, I took on what people call me. I still get Bonizo, I get Nomvula, which was out the second Freshlyground album. They call me Simpiwe. They call me Tandizwa. I still get called Zahara.
How did you handle the fame as a young famous person?
When I look back, not that well. You know, when you are abused as a child, no matter if it's like, so for me it was sexual abuse. No matter if it's verbal abuse or physical abuse, sexual abuse, it shuts something down in you. The majority of white people in this country will never step foot in Lokshini.
Yeah. Again, is that they don't have to?
They don't have to.
Yes.
But they're missing. They are, but it's true as well. But they're missing out on like what makes Zolani present in the way that she does, and what is the experience of the majority of the people in this country that I live in.
King David Studio podcast.
And when I got the message from Aaron that, hey, there's this type of thing that's coming, I said, hey, Matot, Mina. Really?
What do you mean, when?
I'm the ordinary person you should be recording.
Well, I might be asking you a few questions.
Once in a while, I get guests that do that.
Yeah.
I remember Jerry Mufokeng, legendary actor.
Of course, I know him.
20 minutes of him asking me questions.
Great.
Yes.
Great.
And I decided, you know what, I called him here. I went with it. And people enjoyed it because they got to hear stuff about me, I guess, that I never say.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I hope you've been well.
It's a big question. Is it a question?
It is. We've started, by the way.
I've been well and also not.
Ah la la.
You know?
Life.
Life. In life, I don't know. I think the myth,
yes,
you know, you meet those people sometimes who like you meet them and they're like, you're like, how are you doing? And they're like, I'm fine. I'm always fine. Always
Crème.
I'm always so skeptical about like, Nyani, how can you always be good? But I don't know, not always good.
On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being I'm ecstatic and 10 being I'm ecstatic, 1 being I'm just surviving. I
don't know. Right now, I'm very good.
Oh.
I know I'm very good.
Okay.
You asked me, how have you been?
It was more...
How have you been? How are you? It's a different question. I'm good.
How recent is the difficulty?
Sana, it's sometimes it's moment to moment, not quite moment to moment.
Yeah.
I'm being a little bit dramatic, as is my want. But yeah, I mean, honestly, the state of the world is something that weighs heavily on me, you know, whether that's here in our country or all over the world. Why
do you do that? And I ask it simply, why do you do that to yourself? Because you could ignore it. Like most of us who just watch it and say, right, it's happening somewhere else. Right. And even when it's happening next door to your home,
right,
there are some of us who are able to completely separate ourselves from a matter that happened next door.
And some of us by survival, you know, like if there were always murders that are happening, you know, around you, then you have to desensitize yourself.
Yes,
you know, that makes sense. That's a survival tactic in itself.
Absolutely.
I would say now the answer to that question would be that I grew up in a household where people cared about other people. I grew up in a household where my father was a pillar of his community, as was my mom when she was alive, as were their parents, you know, and then growing up also with that tradition of people, of my father praying every night, and that prayer including people who are suffering, you know, whether they're suffering or abroad, you know, in wars and stuff. So just that awareness of the broader community, I think I would say is a big answer to that question.
Interesting. You know, I've introduced constant prayer so the kids grow up with that type of knowledge.
Yeah.
And you bring it up and you make a reference to when you were a kid.
Yeah.
How much of that is still with you?
Oof, what a good question.
Yeah.
For a long time, I had a very big break from it. And I wouldn't say that constant prayer is a steady in my life. But through various experiences, particularly over the last 10 years, I would say, I've gotten closer to the medicine of prayer. And for me, like that spiritual awakening, the portal of it was through nature. I live in Cape Town, so that's the good thing about Cape Town is the being surrounded by forests and mountain and Lunduka.
And it always feels like you're not too far from.
Because it's nature with a capital N.
Yeah,
I mean, you're surrounded by nature. You're surrounded by nature here and everywhere. You know, we are always constantly surrounded by nature. But it's like, so I would say when I started diving in the ocean, which happened like a 2020 COVID, around COVID time, that opened up something for me that funnily enough reconnected me with my roots. My dad was very much a practicing Xhosa, traditionalist. We had a lot of traditional ceremonies at home. So he straddled the traditionalism and he also did the Christianity.
Got you.
So somehow prayer has come back big time in my life in this last decade.
Amazing. I'm hanging out with a superstar in my world, Zolani Mahola. It's not in Sesotho, it's Mahola. But in Xhosa, it's Mahola. It's even different.
I know, right?
Mahola.
Yes.
Wow, got it. I see, I would have said it wrong. I said it wrong the first time.
Most people do. It's fine. I know Msebenzi.
Yeah, I know Msebenzi. You're not attached.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Most people don't even know a lot of people don't even know my name necessarily.
What did I say?
Well, I took on what people call me and have called me for the longest time.
Don't tell me it's a character
artist name.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Well, I got Boniswa from Chacha.
From Chacha, yes.
I got Boniswa. For many years, I still get Boniswa, which is funny because I've got a sister called Boniswa.
Wow.
I still get Boniswa. I get Nomvula, which was out the second album of the second of 7.
That's crazy that they would call you after an album.
They call me Simpiwe. They call me Tandizwa. I still get called Zahara. The other day, when a lady called me Zahara, I was like, I have something to tell you.
That's crazy.
Fortunately, I have bad news for you.
How do you reconcile that particularly the musician bit?
What I was gonna say, but Dave, I'm gonna get back to the reconciling, but then the main thing that people have been calling me consistently for these like 25 plus years that I've been making music is Lo Tulayo, the one who sings. Yes, which I then
I think you did a show.
I did a show, but I also took it on as my artist name post Freshlyground.
When I saw that, it's like, I see the show.
Yeah.
But then the name has become part of you as well.
Yeah. Wow. So the name was because people had been calling me that. And then I wrote a one-woman show and I did that. And then that was my artist name. But now I'm back to Zolani Mahola.
Can you please?
Can you please? So how do I reconcile?
Yes, like particularly when you refer to other artists. Because these are not small artists.
Yeah.
These are big names.
Yeah. So I mean, to be honest with you, it's been a long journey with it. So that means that I've responded to it in different ways at different times. Sometimes my ego, has been very bruised. It's like, man, like I'm not actually Simpiwe.
And I do my own thing.
Or I'm not whatever. So there've been those moments, but then we grow up.
We do.
We grow up singing Abantu, as you say, they're not small names. Yeah. They are people that stick in people's minds and hearts for a reason. And also to be in that category is cool.
It's not a bad thing.
That association, why? I mean, come. King Ta.
Hey, man.
Fine.
Yeah.
You can call me King Ta.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Tell us about the 21-year-old Zolani. What is going on to that girl? Because if I read your story well, that year was quite definitive. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Is it the year?
I think so. I think so. There was the beginning of Freshlyground,
Yeah.
So I was at uni. I was like probably my second year, and then I'd also while I was at uni, I did the cha-cha.
It's that.
Yes.
Little moment.
And then, but just before Chacha, Freshlyground had started.
Yeah, boy.
And I went to go in and do this drama series in the Eastern Cape, which was amazing.
Yeah.
It was amazing to do that. Incredible to be able to do the thing that I'm studying for, because I was studying theatre.
And then you get a gig.
And I got a gig, which was controversial because, they encourage you when you're at university to not take the jobs of professional actors.
Really?
Yeah. Or at least that was the policy.
So the
back then.
the right word is they discourage you.
They discourage
because
you.
they don't want you. Why? What do they want?
Well, they want you to focus on your studies. Fair enough. And also, there's people who are trained for this, you know what I mean, who, you're not, or I think there's a bit of that. The people who train for it, they're in the industry and that. And when you're now going to take out 3 to 6 months or whatever out of your schooling.
Yeah.
And I kind of get it. I get it. So I had to beg to ask Lenduka at uni if I could go and do the drama series.
The parents at home, were they cool?
Oh, my dad. My dad is always cool. My dad was always cool. He was so encouraging.
Yes.
My dad was always so encouraging. Shame, bless his soul.
Was it when you recall that time, was it a busy time to a young 21, 22-year-old, 21 year, probably even 20-year-old?
Yeah. Exactly.
It
was a very, very busy time. It was an amazing time. I mean, getting to be with my fellow actors on Uchacha. Umchali, we were watching him on Jam Alley, when we were growing up. So we watched this kid growing up in front of our eyes. I think he was on UTV even. So to be on screen with him, and then Usisanda became very good friends with him. Noxie, God bless her soul, rest her soul. It was such a good unit of people as well to be involved with. We were tight, and the storyline was really cool. There was such a positivity around it as well, around the messaging. It was awesome, man.
You were
so awesome. I was a lead. I was one of the 4 leads. Yes.
And you're new to the game.
I was I was beyond brand new. I was beyond.
You were. We're not sure she's ready. Type new.
No, luckily there wasn't that. There wasn't that. We're not sure she's ready. Somehow, I think when something is right,
it is.
It's right. It was quite clear. I think with everybody, with the director and everybody, that it was a good thing.
Were you surprised at getting such a big role so early on?
Yes, again, this is the thing with youth. The thing with youth is that it's not that you expect things, but I feel like you're so open and naive, or at least I was.
Naive. Being naive is actually not a bad tool.
It's not a bad thing because you there's that forward momentum, man. When you're a kid and you take what is presented to you.
Yes.
And you go. You're not thinking about what are the consequences? What are the?
What if I get it wrong?
What if you're not second guessing yourself as well? So it was really cool. It was an adventure.
It's the youth of 76. The youth in many countries. That's why young people in many societies are the ones that brought the revolution.
Yeah.
Because they were not thinking about a bond.
Yeah.
They were not thinking about what if it doesn't work.
Yeah.
To them was this is the right thing to do right now. Let's just go for it.
Yes.
And that's the very energy you talk about now. It's the youth of Fees Must Fall.
Yeah.
That are saying, whatever happens, happens. We'll just go for it.
She's a busybody.
Am I the only one that has this problem with this lady?
What if are you on airplane mode? Does she listen to you even if you're on airplane mode?
I think she listens to me all the time.
I
think she listens to me all the time.
Oh my God. No, they do listen to you all the time.
You see what
They're constantly listening. I actually shut off my microphone on my thing that the phone can't listen to the microphone. Can't listen to the whatever.
Let's carry on. Yes.
Can't listen to the microphone?
You can't, it can't listen to you. It's the other way around. Okay, sharp. Chacha time. How did you get that gig?
I had an agent.
Okay, already?
Yeah.
No, I say because you were at school.
I was at school, but yeah, I got an agent. I got an agent in Observatory in Cape Town, and they sent me this audition, and I went to go have the audition, and it was a very bad audition.
Oh,
as in the guy was seemed extremely uninterested. The guy was auditioning me, and I was like, okay, well, that's fine.
How did you?
It was
think
my first. It was. I think it was my first audition ever.
When do you recall it being a decent performance? Because remember, what they think and what you think are two
different things.
Yes.
I think because of his response, I probably thought about, okay, well.
You didn't,
well.
Yeah. And you got a call back.
And I got a call back. I got a call back to come to Joburg to come and do an audition with the director. Curious Pictures it was. So I went.
Yeah.
And it was cool. I had a whole day there. I got to play across different potential male leads.
Wow.
Njali came in and that was cool. It was really, really, really cool.
Wow.
And we had a good connection then.
And you got it.
And I got the gig.
The call that got you the gig. That call, I remember when I got a Metro FM call.
Yeah.
And Romeo said, let's talk.
Anyway.
And I remember thinking, man, I've waited for this call my whole life.
Had you?
Yeah, I had. Well, I say my whole life, better part of when I understood that I wanted to be on radio.
Yeah.
So when that call came, I will never forget it. To him, it doesn't matter. But to me, it was everything.
Yeah.
So when you do you remember the call that said nothing?
I don't remember the call.
At all.
At all.
What do you recall about it?
I remember the greatness of the being in Joburg, doing the thing with the and getting along really well with the director and just getting a good feeling.
Vibe, yeah.
It felt cool. I don't remember.
Yeah, the one that said,
Zolani, we want you. No, I didn't get that.
And how did your life change from that? From doing the show? Because it wasn't a small show.
Oh, it was a great show. It was a beautiful
We
show.
watched it. We loved it.
I loved that show.
And again, let me ask this. Was it before or after Freshlyground?
So Freshlyground had ostensibly already started.
Okay.
But when I say already started, we were just getting together and like jamming and like playing, maybe playing 1 or 2 gigs. And I think, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And then I went off and I did the thing. And then when I came back and Uchacha blew up.
It did.
It did blow up. And my life changed in the fact of fame. Fame really changed my life. Like the being recognized. Back then, still in the early 2000s, it wasn't phones.
No.
Taking pictures of you.
Was it?
It was autographs.
Oh, you signed stuff.
I signed a lot of stuff.
Do you think they still exist?
Probably not. I mean, every single Lenduga autograph that I've ever received is gone with the wind.
You don't know where they are.
I don't know.
In that moment, they mean everything.
100%.
Yeah.
Because it's about that time. It's about that moment. And there's something that we have translated, of course, with the taking pictures. Is you want to memorialize that moment.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Wow. So, but how did you handle the fame as a young famous person?
When I look back, not that well.
Oh no! What did you do?
When I look back, not that well in one specific area. Listen, I was very gracious and gregarious because that's the kind of people that I come from. My dad is incredibly gregarious.
Yeah.
He was a people's person. That time, like when we'd be walking in the streets with that time, everything would take like a gajillion years.
So he stops.
Talking to strangers along the way. And life stories.
Great character. Those are my favorite people.
It is really annoying for the person who's
walking with.
Yes. So where it was bad was that I had a boyfriend at the time who became my husband, and we have 2 kids now. But I didn't realize that I was kind of me being like so present with other people. I was just like...
Oh, you were affecting this?
Totally.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it took me a long time to realize that. And shame, bless him.
He hung around.
He did hang around. It took me a long time to realize.
Did he bring it up?
He didn't really bring it up, but I started noticing that he would just like take himself away. He'd be like, oh, okay.
It's that moment.
It's that time again.
He should have gotten a gig as well.
No, he would hate
so
that.
You can...
He would hate that.
Compete like Ashford and Simpson.
Imagine.
Take us back home. Where were you born?
I was born KwaZakhele in what was then known as Port Elizabeth in 81.
I know New Bright.
That's where I grew up.
Ah.
Yeah, in Jegisa.
I know Esquire.
Yeah.
With a lot of funeral parlors. Esquirein. Yes, I remember. I know.
Okay, yes.
There you
what
go.
You're talking about. Yes.
I the only place I ever had ikota.
Yes.
In a chicken inside was in New Pride. I didn't know how to eat that.
Oh, shame. And did we educate you?
No, but I remember having to take it out. I can't bite this thing.
Bungena tour guide. because not all locations are the same.
No, I didn't have a tour guide. I remember I still have a picture of that kota. This must be separated. We can't have it all together.
Oh.
Yes. How were you born here and you grow up here? What was the arrangement with the family?
No. So these are locations that are
next to each other. Okay,
they're near each other.
Yes.
So we lived KwaZakhele. It's kind of again this word memorialized in the song Nomvula, where I talk about 4 rooms and a dining room table. That was KwaZakhele. Literally means build it yourself. Was one of the designated areas where Black people could build a certain number of rooms.
Oh, so you get a piece of land, so to speak, and then you build it.
But but kukwa 4 rooms, so you can only build 4 rooms. So my dad built that house for my mom, and
Were you guys around when they were building?
I don't think so. Not that I can remember.
Okay, yeah.
Not that I can remember. I think difike sekhona.
Yes.
I think difike sekhona.
Okay.
Was on Akula. I had older brother Ufix. Ufix is 3 years older than me.
Just the 2 of you.
It's batatu of my mother and father. Dot.
Okay, there are other extended
South African story.
Nothing unusual.
Yeah,
yes, that's what we're talking about on the radio today. Nothing unusual at all. Yeah. And was it what type of household was it?
It was. I remember it being. I mean, I have early memories of it because we moved out of there just before I was 6.
But you must remember.
The thing that I remember the most was the feeling of community around us. Was the feeling of being able to just go play at the neighbor's house for the whole day
and feel safe.
And
yes. Be very safe to do that. What makes you pause so much? Because times have changed.
That's what makes me pause so much.
Yeah.
That's what makes me pause so much. It almost makes me want to cry, actually.
Sure.
Almost makes me want to cry. It makes me want to cry.
What do you think we lost?
Ubuntu, mani. Ubuntu, like a bit of a sense of humanity, which it makes sense. Our humanity was eroded during the time of apartheid.
Of course.
But
we in poverty we found each other.
This is the conundrum of South Africa. This is the thing that blows my mind. And also like the very people who were on the front lines of the apartheid, like my grandparents, my father, all of the people who on his kind of Linduka age, Dondoni, who were in their communities, windoda, you've gone to the bush, you've like had your ceremonies, but you step outside of your community, you're a boy under apartheid, up until a certain point you carry a ipasi dompas.
Absolutely. You are nothing.
And yet, the humanity of these people.
I don't know how they did it, eh?
Please explain to me. Make it make sense.
No, it can't make sense.
Make it make sense.
But I'll tell you, it's starting to...
Tell me now.
It's flaring up in a way that's not right. We are seeing the results of that now with all the chaos that we live with all our men, and me included, that we are not well.
Mm-hmm.
And if you think we are, you're mistaken, grossly mistaken. And when most of us, we don't even know what's wrong with us.
Yeah.
But there is something that's fundamentally wrong.
Yeah.
Because we live amongst the very men who are boys at work.
Yeah.
And leaders of community at home.
Yeah.
Who were called Ubaba Mashabela at home. At work, you are absolutely zero.
Can you hear that?
A 5-year-old, 10-year-old is able to send you to go get water. And that's so we can't possibly be well. Yes, we can't be well. Something is fundamentally wrong. We had to disconnect with our families.
Yes.
Because we had to go and work far, far away.
Yes.
We created other families.
Yes.
Where we were and we would come back, spend 3 weeks here.
So it's kind of like the psyche. You have to split your split your psyche.
Yes.
And there's a certain level of repression even in that, like in that maintenance that like of humanity. Like when I think about my parents, I think about my grandparents, but I think about in particular my father, his father. They both were alcoholics.
Like how
something had to give.
100%.
Something had to
100%.
give. So all that stuff that was repressed, that you and they couldn't just be like, oh, today, oh, it's so hard, I'm having this trauma at work.
No,
it wasn't.
They
like
never
that.
spoke about that.
They never spoke.
They don't bring that.
Can
subject.
I tell you something crazy? I have my grandmother had like 8 sons, and one of those sons was Uputimzi. Mahola was one of my dad's younger brothers.
Okay.
Tata was the oldest.
Wow.
Eldest male.
He was proper the elder.
Eldest male,
Yes.
which in patriarchy makes him the eldest.
Uh-huh.
So Uputimzi was a poet, right? Published poet. He's published a few books, like really like amazing, very soft-spoken, gentle man, Uputimzi. Unomhlanhla with a little gap between his teeth. And he owned a spaza shop, as we there, we would go over there like sometimes and and he's one of the people that introduced me to loving the word.
Wow.
The written word.
Yes.
Uputimzi. In fact, I would credit him as being
the one.
I would credit him as being the one.
Yeah.
Uputimzi. Gentle man. Yeah. Before he died, like a year or maybe even less than a year before he died, Uputimzi puts out a book, and this book is called Heroes of the Struggle, Forgotten Bastards.
Yo.
And in this book, he details his involvement in the struggle, but like. I'm talking about like disguises. I'm talking about like espionage.
I'm talking
about guns. I'm talking about like being on trains from South Africa, crossing, into other African borders. I'm talking about training. I would know, and nobody in the family had any idea. My father, my father, his older brother, nobody knew.
Wow.
So the level of compartmentalizing.
Yes. It's like 2 split different people. See how much of that had to happen.
And we're only 30 years on.
No, we haven't traveled much.
We're only 30 years on.
Almost everyone who was there is still around.
Yeah.
It's not like there's an entire generation of people that are gone.
Nyansil.
Almost everyone, including the perpetrator. The young men who were taken to be soldiers when they were 18.
Conscripted, yeah.
They are here now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are some of them are in their 40s, 50s even.
Yeah.
And they were part of that.
Yeah.
They have a different memory of apartheid. I asked someone, Afrikaner, leader of AfriForum, his recollection of apartheid.
Yeah.
His perspective is strangely interesting. To say they were not quite
aware.
No. And in their lack of awareness, they didn't quite know what was happening. And you understand that. You understand how that's possible.
And we have to because it's such a difficult thing to reconcile.
Yeah.
It's a very difficult thing. In the same way that our parents were not able to, there was so much that they were not able to say or find words to.
Yeah.
It was happening across all, across all the race groups, because apartheid was all areas.
And the design of apartheid was divide.
Yeah.
And the division must be very clear.
Yeah.
The wall must be so high.
Oh, those guys did the most.
Absolutely. I mustn't have a clue what was happening next door.
It's hard.
Yet the 2 people are experiencing the same sun, the same air, the same everything. And that means when a police siren is driving past,
we
with our shade, we run.
Your heart is going.
Yes, these ones are feeling the safety of the sound. Do you understand? These are two people who live literally, they share a wall, but their experiences are so far apart. And that's exactly what happened.
We need these stories,
Yeah.
We need these stories.
You know what? I tried. They're not easy.
Yeah.
The stories of your uncle.
Yeah.
Those stories for me, they're just fascinating. How they left the country, what they did, how they just left for 20, 30 years, never connected with their families.
Yeah.
And then someday they were told, we're going back home.
Yeah.
Those stories are just amazing. And what they found when they arrived and what happened to their lives once they came here. Some of them became government officials and some of them, they're still frustrated.
Yeah.
And there's a little discussion, but who really brought freedom? Is it those who were in prison? Because the argument is, or those who were
on the front lines,
learning how to use guns.
Yes.
And some argue that they were far from us. They didn't know what we were going through. And there are those who are saying, we fought it inside. We were here. So that debate is another debate together. Because you were shooting guns to nothing. You were shooting walls. Tina, here we were fighting.
I've got a question for you, Brad Dave. We have you've mentioned, that there's so many perspectives. There's so many perspectives.
100%.
Among so many of us. Never mind white experiences, English speakers experiences, Afrikaners, whatever.
Yeah.
Never mind those who went off, to the training camps. You've got all these people who have had such different experiences of what it has meant to be a South African.
The interpretation is not the same.
How Oracle, great Oracle.
No, wrong person. I will delete the Oracle bit. I will gladly delete the Oracle bit.
How can we come to a common story that takes into account these different perspectives and that moves us forward together?
We must first know that the stories are not the same. If we don't move from that, I will misunderstand you because I don't know your story.
Yeah.
And I think your story doesn't exist, first and foremost. I don't think your story is as important as mine.
Yeah.
It's like two people who are arguing, Pirates and Chiefs. Well, our perspective is different inherently, but the minute we try our best to see each other's point of view, life becomes easy.
Yeah,
where you say, I know I will not agree with
but I can see your perspective.
Let me help me get you. That little shift is far more important because it's not just freedom fighters. It's also the white man, the Indian experience, the colored experience, the Zulu experience versus the Tswana experience and the Pedi experience, the Xhosa experience, you name it.
And even amongst that, there's
inside.
even inside.
100%. So moving from a perspective that says, I know we don't know each other's stories.
Yeah.
Maybe we should spend time telling these stories to each other. So I'll say, I didn't know. I didn't know that's what happened to you. They said you were in Zambia. I thought you guys were on holiday. Do you know what I mean? They said you were in Robben Island. We hear it was pretty bad, But you guys were here. You were working. You built a home for your family. They gave you a house in Quebeca. And you good.
Yeah.
All of that. I didn't have time to build a family.
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah.
But I need to understand you.
I hear you.
If we don't move from that position, then we'll never get anywhere.
Yeah.
And the beauty about actually, I guess the inconvenience about humans is that we will not get to a point where we feel it's important to discuss them. We
have to be forced.
We enjoy the chaos. No. Humans have a thing about chaos is far more interesting. No. We find that far more captivating than a peaceful conversation. This is boring. I don't want to understand you. I want to, but I don't have the time nor the interest.
Wow.
And that's why religions find each other at war almost all the time. I don't want to go there. Because if you were to be patient, you'll realize that actually your stories are so identical, but you're not willing to listen.
Yeah.
That willingness.
Yeah.
And mine is not from an oracle. It's just
I know, it's fine.
Just who lived an extra year than than others. That's all. Nothing more than that.
Yeah.
So I think we should pause.
Yeah.
And want to know.
Curiosity.
It's a couple that's debating something. Maybe your perspective is informed by a story that I have no connection to.
Yeah.
A person who's going to make financial decisions, who has experienced the 2008 financial crisis.
Yes.
Their view of investment is very different from someone that saw the tech boom. They have this each 1,000 rands. This one is excited because they think money grows.
Yeah.
This one is saying you have to save it.
Yeah.
Because the worst is always next and it's coming. The minute you understand each other, it gets easy to say, okay, I get you. Anyway, that's me.
I'm curious. Like you just made me think now of kids who are going to the same school, but they're coming from
different backgrounds.
Masitike just race in the matter of race and economics. Let's say,
Yeah.
Omni ukulele elokishini ukulele, and Omni is being dropped off in a Bentley or whatever. And I'm interested about the young ones who are coming up.
Yes.
Is there? I mean, I don't even know what my question is.
No, let's talk about.
Let's talk
open
about
it up as a conversation. One, you will accept that their worlds inform their state of mind. Their homes inform their state of mind.
Yes.
And the level of the one who is coming from a poor background, is it also equally informed by the ambition of the parents who are saying, I will not take you to... I will...
Yes.
There's something about a blazer that these young ones wear. We didn't wear blazers when we were in high school. We wore tracksuits. We wear clothes that defined our direction in life. Blazers define a direction in your life. It makes you feel like you're important, the minute you wear it. So I'm still not used to wearing a jacket, a formal jacket. It's not something I comfortably wear. I have lots of them.
Yeah.
I bought them for weddings and funerals. But there are people who wear them as a uniform.
Yes.
Our parents never used to.
Yes.
Wear them as a uniform. So that informs the ambition of a parent that says, I want my child to go there. Informs their state of mind as well. This one, he pass. That's how they are orientated. They are orientated as in the room, I'm the most important person. Even amongst my friends in the room, I'm the most important person. So they fight, their egos have their own problem to deal with. Yeah. So how do these worlds meet? And I have a lot of stories similar to this. One of my friends who is quite senior in the company, he absorbed this culture. Yabelu.
Okay.
He absorbed the tone of their speech, the gesture of their approach to things. He absorbed their love for schooling, their love for language, because Afrikaners are very good with that. They love their culture.
For sure.
He absorbed that, but he translated it into his own life. He didn't absorb their culture. He absorbed the way they do things. And that for me is an important thing because...
Yima. Yeah. You're talking about a black guy.
Oh,
okay.
A black guy from a township.
So he carries himself completely different.
Itaki, who grew up in the township, nothing about him is different, but he absorbed the way they do things.
Okay.
And for me, there could be somebody else who absorbs everything, the wrong.
Yeah.
Who absorbs the language.
Yeah.
Who wants to, Tina, we are just too ordinary for them. We are born, so the difference is individual.
Yeah.
But this little transition, it's crucial.
Yeah.
It gets worse when they are not at the same school. They are different schools, but they're going to meet for a job interview. Or they're going to meet at university. In the same class. One has this fancy little certificate, yes, Gela. Omunye une Timolo primary school in Mamelodi. At university, we are all the same. We approach the same problems. No one is better than the other. And this one is struggling. Ngeslungu. Translating a list to discuss, questions come like that.
Yeah.
Discuss this or list this
Yeah.
or argue this point.
Yeah.
We don't understand some of what that means, the difference between those three concepts.
Yeah.
This one has far better advantage.
Yeah.
So those realities happen. It gets worse when this one didn't go to school at all. This one went to school. Bayotibana, and they're going to have a life that is so messy because they're going to meet at some point.
Yeah.
It gets worse when there's a girl and a boy. One had a better life, but to take a girl child. This one, they forgot about the boys when they were saying take a girl child. They're going to meet Bazochola. And it's going to become a mess.
Yeah.
So when you divide people, inherently when they meet, it's going to become chaotic.
Yeah.
The same way when you asked what happens to these people, those who fought for apartheid, those who did this, at some point when they meet, they're going to debate and they will never understand each other. It's the longest I've ever spoken on this podcast.
I love it. It's what I wanted.
It's the longest I've ever
It's what I wanted. And can I tell you, it's my gift. I can get stories out of it. I'm coming for your job. I'm coming for your job.
Well, you can have it. You can have it.
You talk about a blazer, and I wore a blazer. I wore a blazer. I was one of those kids for whom my parents had these dreams, of like things. You're gonna have it better.
Yes.
If you go to eziskolo zabelungu.
There you go.
If we put you on a taxi from Suganyu Brighty,
yes,
and you go all the way past Ndondoni, Emalokshini, or the industrial areas to get to the leafy green suburbs, of a priory, the St. Dominic's Priory.
Wow.
Yeah, even
I was saint.
Yeah.
The only dream of saints.
Listen, the white saints.
No.
The white saints, they saved me.
How was that experience for you?
Hectic.
How do you define it so harshly? What was so hectic about it? Because we always imagined you guys were having a good time.
No, listen. I hear you because when I was leaving with the other kids, who were at the school.
Yeah.
We were leaving behind abanye abantwana who were going to local schools.
Yes.
And we would come back and abantwana they're playing like township games,
yes.
They seem to have this thing, this whole experience of their own. And when they look at us, Tina, when we're coming in with our blazers, it's
big school bag,
oh,
hockey stick.
Yo, sana. There's that divide already. There's that sense that they've got that we are, Tina, we think we're better.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh
Abba. And then we're like, I remember feeling very awkward because I was like, actually, I can't really fully relate, even though it's like I'm not having the same experience that you guys are having. So, and then at the same time, you've gone to these other spaces, and I'm not having the same experience that Ross is having at home.
Of course, you are the poor kid in this class.
Yeah. So we one of those. It's one of those South African stories of kind of being a little bit
You say it wasn't as rosy.
I think that I'm very grateful that I went to the school because of course the opportunities, the access.
Yeah.
That this is the effed up thing, is that when we give kids different levels of access, it's so unfair. It's it's beyond unfair.
Yeah, it shouldn't happen.
And that it's a given in this day and age, 30 plus years after apartheid has ended, that our black and colored kids are going to have a more substandard education.
That's it.
WTF.
Yeah. Makes no sense.
WTF.
Yeah.
Kanti kulwelwe ndoni, guys? What was fought for? Kanti what was fought for?
Yeah.
Now.
When you analyze it, what comes to your mind about these? Because these are missed opportunities. We still have kids who can't read for meaning. And we say it as a line in passing. They can't read for meaning.
Ta-da-da, carrying on.
You know what I mean? What it means is so fundamental.
Yes, my brother once said something to me that was I found very shocking.
Yeah.
My brother Ufix he's an actor. He's a brilliant actor. He's a brilliant comedian. He lives at Gqeberha, and he's been working with this NGO for Masnyusane for over a decade now. Yeah. And Masnyusane works with kids in over various levels of education. So abantwana ekrishi, they support kids through primary, giving support actual schools as well. All the way throughout, giving tutors, all that stuff, like kind of adopting the school. Also, again, with their work with getting kids into tertiary.
Got you.
And have a res that they have.
So they take them through the entire journey.
The entire journey. Yeah, Ufix once said something to me that I didn't want to accept. At that stage where they are advocating for these kids to try to get in as fast, and funding whatever for tertiary, and looking at marks and all that stuff, he said to me, things are stacked so highly against these kids. He said, I feel that the government is deliberately putting roadblocks in front of these kids. And I was like, Johnny.
For what?
Like how?
Yes.
For like why would that be the case? And I still don't want to believe that. I still don't want to believe that.
When you look at it, it looks like that. Maybe it is like that. Because but then it becomes a conspiracy that we are just, throwing around.
Yes.
And then you sit and wonder. It's people like Ufix who is in touch with this.
Oh yeah, at every step of the way, he
on a daily basis.
He is seeing like the conditions that kids are growing up in. He's seeing what books they have. He's seeing it all.
We can throw
the whole cycle.
We can throw 100 conspiracies.
We could.
One being when they are too dumb to understand, you can tell them anything.
He's saying even like the proliferation of booze.
Yes,
let's say
100%.
Let's.
Because that was an apartheid approach to things. That's why there were beer halls in the townships. So let's, and it's not being dumb. It's more being uninformed. You don't know what you don't know. They're trying to fight for a freedom that they want, like now, about much too much, or whatever it's called. Conceptually, you understand exactly what they're fighting for.
Yeah.
But you want also a group of people who don't understand what they're fighting for, who are saying, no, we're not going to do this thing. We shouldn't be doing this thing. Because if I do this thing, I'm going to lose my job. You want all of those as well. So the chaos, somebody wins in every chaotic situation.
Yeah.
I don't want these conversations to be political.
Is it political?
It's taking that direction.
In the words of Skunk, the great Skin from Skunk and Nancy, who wrote this amazing song, yes, it's effing political. Everything's political.
I fully agree. Interesting. I will always agree that everything is political because your water, how it comes through your tap is political.
Yeah,
how electricity get to your house is political. How your medical or medicine is treated is political. Everything is political.
Yeah. And so the people who say, no, I don't do politics. It's doing you, mom. It's doing you, my baby. It is doing you.
Do you have friends you remember from high school that are of a different color as you?
I do. I have one friend who I keep up with. All the other ones have kind of fallen away. But yeah, every now and again there's a friend of mine. Yeah.
Why I ask that? Because I don't have that.
Say more.
Different race.
How old are you now?
I'm 50.
Okay, so you got 5 years on me.
You see. But different schools.
Yeah.
I went to the township. You went to a Blazer school.
Yes, and I was coming up towards the end of the apartheid.
Apartheid, yabon. So the references are so different. I remember once hearing Julia say the same thing, that you can't fault me. I have never been friends with these people.
Right.
There's no part of me that sees anything in them. I only see them as a boss who's forcing me to do something. So that's why I asked that question.
Right.
Because your group, Freshlyground, and I'll make reference to it, had a cosmopolitan a thing about it. Different colors, different races.
But majority white.
Majority white.
Yes.
So that kind of, I remember looking at it from a distance like, all right, there's a Mango Groove thing going there.
Fully?
Yes.
Yes.
And
true.
Mandela's Rainbow Nation.
Right.
Was that something that as a band you were conscious of?
We became conscious of it. It wasn't by design.
Okay.
It wasn't by design. Like I think a lot of people thought, okay, these guys have been like put together. You know, we must have like two Jews, guy from DRC, Congo, guy from Mozambique, Zimbabwe, like guys, and then have a black
girl from
the Eastern Cape in the middle. Yes, this will work. No, it wasn't like that.
It was a school project.
It wasn't a school project. It wasn't a school. No, what happened with the FG is that I was in my second year at uni. And I happened to be singing in a play. And the guy who had started Freshlyground, he was also a UCT and he saw me in this play. He had like just randomly met the violinist, different violinist at that time, drummer, flautist, and he played the keyboard, Aaron Halevi.
Yes.
And they were playing like these small little like mostly instrumental gigs, like in like observatory mostly. And he invited me to
Probably
go and
busking.
see. Not quite busking, I don't think. Like they were actually playing venues, but like it was the early 2000s, man. Everything was so chill.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was. It was. Everything was so chill.
We all thought it'll be kumbaya.
Hosanna.
Yeah.
We really did.
Mandela was president.
We did.
Things were good. Anyway. Yeah. Let's carry on. So he saw me singing in this play and he was like, wow, you got a really nice voice. I'm playing with my band on the weekend. I went to go see them play. And I was like, it was Zolani of that. Of that time.
What? I had these little dreads and like little beads in my dreads, and I'd really love to wear this like big Xhosa umbaco. It's one of the things that I took with me from the Eastern Cape that I kept with me. Big orange skirt and like really like colorful, like a drama student.
Yes.
Drama student.
You were living.
I was, and like that.
There you go.
That was me too. So I was there. I went to go check out their gig, and in the course of their performance, he invited me to come on the stage to just improvise something, and I did. And that became one of the songs that was on our album that came before Nomvula.
Never. What?
Yeah.
It was that organic. It
was very organic. It was very organic.
Did you immediately gel with the setup?
I mean, as I said to you before, like that I was just going with the flow.
Yeah.
My experience of being a musician per se was very limited. Through my uncle, I started like wrote poems from when I was a kid, like kind of a preteen, and little stories and maybe little songs that were like just my songs, not thinking about
It'll go anywhere.
Where it's just for my own entertainment.
Yeah.
And then when I went to university, in my first year, I heard that there was a band that was looking for a singer, and they were doing like punk rock ska.
Not these guys, other people. Yes.
So I went to this guy's room in Res. He played me this thing, Skankanansi. Skin. So he played it, and I auditioned, and then that was my first band. My first experience of being in a band.
Wow.
And it didn't last very long.
Well, however, there was something that was calling you to the music, obviously.
There was something that was calling me to the music.
For you to go to do that.
There was something that was calling me to the music.
What was it? Was there sound at home, a reference at home? Was there, besides the uncle, something that made the music become a thought that is consistent in your mind? Right.
I think this is one of the gifts of being a black person is that music is generally around. You've got music you got music if in the traditional ceremonies, in the Eastern Cape, we were big on that in traditional ceremonies, and then you had music also in the protests.
That's it.
Come on,
100%.
And I mean that is intoxicating. You know, that music, talk about learning about harmony.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
It's that sound.
Oh, sana.
You find it now at soccer games.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. So that exposure to music, and then, you know, when I was growing up, I mean, as for you, yes, you know, listening to the Manhattans, the Temptations, and cassettes, you know, all of that stuff. You know, there's music. You know, Mam Rebecca. You know,
people around her.
all these people, all these
Abu.
bonke.
these
So
people
we had music was like that other thing that we were swimming around in, you know, besides apartheid, you know, it was like.
However, it wasn't an ambition for you.
No, it wasn't an ambition. It wasn't an ambition.
What was the ambition?
I didn't have an ambition.
Okay.
When I was in high school, there was a very lovely lady who discovered, hey, Zolani's got a talent for actually being on the stage. So I started doing these like public speaking things. Which was wild because in as much as I'm an extrovert, I'm also very much an introvert. I'm an extroverted introvert. So
you're able to stand and do the job and then go back to your shell. Yes.
Shell.
Wow.
So when I was on that stage, somehow something else like just came alive in me. It was like discovering a superpower.
That you didn't know yourself?
That I didn't know by a head. So when I had that access to it, it was just like, it was really potent. So as I went into my schooling, I was good at acting. I was like, wow, damn, okay, I'm good at acting. So she's the one who said to me, apply to Rhodes. You know, Rhodes had and has an excellent, you know, theatre, and then UCT. So I applied, and the one that gave me the bursary was UCT. So
I guess there's value in. I guess a bit of luck as well plays a role. You could have...
Luck plays a tremendous role in life.
Yeah.
It does.
How do you describe that time, though, in your life? Do you use luck as part of it? Because you could have been anywhere. You could have gone to any school and not meet anyone that sees that.
Yeah, and I would have been somebody else.
Completely.
Jeez. Fascinating, eh? I would have been somebody else. You would have been sliding doors.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I drove taxis. There were other things. You see,
life
becomes what it becomes.
And maybe you would have been still like the same David in
a different world.
In a different world. Like you are the guy who drives taxis, but you're like drawing all these stories out of people, your passengers who are telling you stories that they've never told anybody else.
No, not at all. Like they were growing cucumbers. But still, how do you describe that time? The moment of somebody spotting you. Because I think we all need that.
Oh, we do.
We all need somebody to see us.
We do need somebody to see us.
Yeah.
We do. Especially as children, man. Especially as kids who don't necessarily have that cozy. Now I'm giving my children that experience of being seen and heard. This is the gift of being on this side of apartheid and this side of time.
Yes. Of parenting.
Of parenting. Yes. You know, I'm getting to do the things that my parents didn't have necessarily the luxury of doing and giving. Yeah. You know, time. That softening, that cushioning.
Yeah.
I was of the generation. Yes, I was going to white schools, but you know, I was cooking at home. Yeah. You know, I was doing the laundry. You know,
100%.
I was could do everything.
Cobra.
Could do everything.
Yes.
Everything.
Yeah. So to be seen.
But now abandona bam.
They're different.
Abandona bam. My 12-year-old doesn't know how to cook. My 12-year-old doesn't know how to wash his clothes. You know, sometimes I think like it's I'm putting them at a disadvantage.
Do you think so?
Yeah. They don't know how to use public transport. I was using public transport.
They don't have to.
This is the thing.
There could be an advantage though to knowing.
100%.
However, they don't have to. But it will be a great advantage to know. There's nothing necessarily wrong. And because I remember Questa said on that chair and we spoke about the township. And I was saying we were placed there in those concentration camps. We didn't choose it. we created culture, we created all sorts of things from that. Kwaito music, and all the music came from it, and the things that we did. However, I worry when we glorify it. I don't mind glorifying the cool things that came out of it, but I worry if we glorify maintaining it as a reality of society. I think there's value in wanting to disconnect from it, and everybody must disconnect from it. Not just you as a special one. All of us must leave. Because townships are built the same. They have an entrance and an exit. They were built like that.
Yeah.
They have a isporo, a train track, because you can't jump it. So there were literally there were concentration camps.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong in saying, I don't want to be there anymore.
Yeah.
All of us.
Yeah.
Yes, create a life, but there's nothing wrong in wanting to leave.
Yeah.
We're going to edit this out. I don't want to fight with people.
You're not editing out. I refuse.
You refuse.
Can't get.
What do you react? What is your reaction to that statement?
Oh man, I think you are 100% correct, because that was what was in my father's heart when he sent us to these schools, was to say, Mdanam, I want you to have the freedom of choice.
Yes.
Of wherever you want to live, whatever job you want to get.
Yeah.
So I totally hear you about not glorifying townships. I once said something very controversial in that I kind of want to take back now publicly.
Okay. Do it.
It was in a gig.
Okay.
Ne? It was in a gig setting, and I was talking about the lessons that I had learned from growing up Elokshin.
Got you.
Part of which is just how to be with other people, which is a huge one.
Yeah.
How to see yourself as one of, not...
Yeah. Better or under.
Yeah.
We're all the same.
Yeah. And saying to the people, there were plenty of white faces in the audience and plenty of people who were not black or necessarily had a township experience, and saying to them, I wish for you that you will have the experience of going to Elokshin and feeling that and experiencing that for yourselves.
Yeah.
And like kind of, because I mean, the majority of white people in this country will never step foot Elokshin.
Yeah. Again, is that they don't have to?
They don't have to.
Yes.
But they're missing. They are, but it's true as well. But they're missing out on like what makes Zolani present in the way that she does, and what is the experience of the majority of the people in this country that I live in.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
So it was controversial.
It wasn't taken well.
No, it was taken fine. It was just one of my bandmates, who came to me afterwards. She was like, and we spoke about it, and she was like, I can't wait to get out of Elokshin. I can't wait to get out of Elokshin. Like she understood the spirit from where I was coming.
Yeah.
But she was like, I have to live.
I don't have a choice.
I have to live Elokshin. You when are you telling people bye? Izani?
It's nice here. We get along. We sing together.
Which is not what I was saying. But edit that out.
But you understand, though.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
No, totally. So it's complex.
Our history is complex.
Our present is complex.
Oh, boy.
Our present is complex.
Yeah, I don't want to go there. It has money in a couch, this one. Let's leave it. No. Let's leave that one. I want to celebrate your career. That's why I'll keep talking about the things you've done. It has money in a couch.
I complicated. Complicated.
That's Madlanga. Let's move. All right. Sharp. Did you finish school? University?
I didn't finish uni.
At that moment
It's a bit of a regret in my life.
Tell me why you didn't, in your thoughts.
I didn't because I was asked by the band. The band was like, things are kind of taking off. Are you really going to do like another year of school?
One more.
They were like, really? It's your choice. But like, are you
But were they giving you a choice?
No, I mean, they were giving me a choice, but it's one of those choices that, like, in retrospect, it's not really a choice.
It's a choice. Let me go do this.
And I always thought that I would finish my degree, and maybe one day I will.
Yeah.
Or maybe one day I'll be so successful that they'll just give me
that nice one.
Oh, Ina Zolani, you've done enough.
How did the parents react?
Oh man, I told you about my dad. You know? Oh, Tatam. I told him.
Free spirit.
No, he was lovely. My dad was also a super complex man, you know. But like for the majority of the time that he that I was an adult, you know, like and start being able to like be. He was good.
He said it's...
He had like, yeah. He said, I told him it was a thing, obviously, to tell him because, of course, he had invested. He had invested in me.
You had to call a meeting and address it.
Yeah.
How was that session?
It was something because ukuya kumzali and say to them, you know, I know, but you had this idea for me and this dream, this wish for me to go to university, get my degree, you know. But with a frog in my throat.
Of course.
Life seems to be taking me in this direction.
Was this a conversation?
I went home.
Not
I went
a
home.
Phone call.
No.
Yes.
No. At least I did that. I know I couldn't do that to my dad. Yeah, I had a conversation with him. I've had a couple of difficult conversations with him. One of which was telling him that I'd been abused as a child in his house for years and him never having known.
How do you tell him? And
I had to tell him. I told him as an adult. I mean, I was only 30. I was 38 when I told him.
Wait a minute.
I'm telling you.
How did he take it?
Oh, my dad. He was very quiet, and he didn't cry in front of me, but yeah, he looked down and he really like took it in, you know, and he asked me questions.
Yeah.
You know?
And you engaged.
And I engaged, you know, and he said he was really sorry that had happened to me.
And you didn't.
And he asked me how I was.
Yes, of course.
You know? And I said, I'm good. Like the fact that I'm finally able
to tell,
to say about this happened to me as a child.
Yeah.
You know, in this very house.
The safe space.
Way too.
How has that affected your state of mind over the years?
Oh, that's a massive question.
Yeah.
That's a massive question. You know, when you are abused as a child, no matter if it's like, so for me, it was sexual abuse. No matter if it's verbal abuse or physical abuse, sexual abuse, it shuts something down in you. You know, I mean, I think that as conscious parents, or as much as we try to be conscious parents, we can be much more aware of the things that affect umdana and their development.
Yes.
You know, like if you're really paying attention and you're watching closely.
Something is missing.
You even notice, like I know I'm gonna get back to my experience, but I noticed when I spoke to my 2-year-old in a tone that was, hey, hush, and gave him a punishment, and this punishment was like go get a timeout.
Oh yes. Ne? Which is light in inverted commas compared to a lashing.
Oh yeah, yabona.
Yes.
And seeing and witnessing like that's, I don't know, something withered in this child.
Yeah.
And I had to think about, why did I speak to this child like so harshly? In that tone.
Yeah.
What is it about that particular tone? Because that tone was a tone that wanted to make him feel small. Small.
Yes.
In Zulu, it's deep.
Do you realize that tone is found in almost all homes?
And it's rampant. It's rife.
You have to. And then they say, well, you're soft if you don't use a tone.
I know.
You're soft if you don't even give them a tiny little spank.
Yeah.
You're very soft.
Yeah. You see, for me, I have a theory about that. I think it's easier to be, it's easier, but it's not easy. I mean, it's taxing because if you are a thinking, feeling human being, like it was taxing for me to be so punitive. Ne?
Yes.
But there was I was so fluent in that language.
Ooh.
There was something in me that was very fluent in diminishing a child because I'd had the experience of being diminished as a child, me myself.
Of course.
So there was something that was very second nature about it.
Familiar space.
It was familiar, but I immediately saw the effect.
Wow. Did that change?
It did change. It did change.
So
I changed. I changed the way that I parent. It's so what I was starting to say is that it's harder to pay attention. It's harder to pay attention to your children but not in a way that is uyamkokosa like but it's like really like, how can I recognize this person's humanity? How can I protect this person's dignity, their sense of self, so that when they step out of my ulendo of these doors, they are somebody who is respectful.
Yes, 100%.
Ne?
Yes,
but they're not like
they're not afraid.
They're not afraid, dude. They're like who goes into the work and they can't look at the boss and they speak
yes.
No.
Because they're afraid of being reprimanded.
Oh no. You know what I mean? And
yes.
that's okay. So back to me, how I was affected. A huge way that I was affected is that my self-esteem
Never.
was like was really low. And when I say that I was an introverted extrovert, that extrovertism was also covering up this feeling of like there's actually something wrong with me. The feeling of shame, the feeling of being dirty.
What?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you carry that.
Of course. I mean, when you've had sexual abuse as a child, there's something innate in you that's like, man, you carry it.
How does it affect the dirty bit? Is tricky because it must show itself somehow.
Yeah. It does show itself.
What are some of the...
For me, the ways that it showed itself was that I punished myself. So like one of the ways that I punished myself was it almost looked like it was giving myself pleasure. So food, escape through food, escape through. Okay, I read a lot of books. Escape through fantasy. Yes, television. Escape through media. Luckily, then as a child, I didn't have like this.
Which was terrible. This is terrible.
This is terrible.
Yeah.
But the punishment is like the words that I would speak to myself about myself, the looking in the mirror and being like, hey,
you're not worth it.
When?
Really?
Yeah.
Never.
And I mean, this is also built into a teenage state as well.
There's a lot happening.
There's a lot happening. There's a lot happening.
The brain is forming. Your experiences. There's peer pressure. There's a lot going on.
Yeah,
and you have to reconcile this with your own personal problems.
Exactly, because you can't share this. You can't share these problems. And like, I mean, for me, like I find it wild. Our house is not big.
How did this happen?
Our house is not big, and this is it's not an isolated incident.
Yeah.
I think about myself like this little 8-year-old to 9, 10, 11, that these things were going on, perpetrated against my body, myself. And I think about all of the millions of homes.
Oh.
It's like it's very difficult to not. You asked me at the beginning of this interview.
How have you been?
How have you been? And also, how come you can't shield yourself from the problems of the outside world?
Yes.
It's things like this, things are like of having that an in-touch experience with trauma, with suffering, that connects me to the trauma and suffering of the next person as well.
I don't tell this often. I lost my mom less than a year ago. Terrible experience. Every time I think about it, I worry about other people who haven't gone through it. It's like, you don't want that thing. Do you see exactly what you say?
You're more intimate now with it in a way that you
never.
Because you would have felt about shame, your mom died. Oh, shame, that's condolences.
Do you know what I mean?
Now you have an intimate
it's hectic.
knowledge.
And then I worry about those who say my mom is not well. It's like the worry about that for me that I extend to the other person is like, yes, as you. It's so close. So exactly is what you're saying. Having gone through your experience, you can't help but wonder about other people.
Of course. And particularly other children. Particularly for me, it's the children of our country.
And the innocent that are just living their lives. And there's a perpetrator in the yard. Okay. Should we go back to the music?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
It's a tricky transition.
Yeah.
It is a very difficult transition.
If it wasn't for the music.
Let's go back to Freshlyground. Freshlyground.
Chronology. Let's go back. Okay.
Freshlyground's first song you recorded with them. What was it?
It might have been that very first song that I went up onto that stage, and that song was a song called Rain. And so I did the writing, the lyrics and melody that I was singing. So I would always write in Xhosa and English, or Xhosa or pure, like with songs like I'd Like, and in our second album it was just pure English. Rain might have been. Yeah.
And did you now feel I'm part of the band now? This is what I do.
Oh yeah.
Then it was clear.
Yeah.
Daddy knows. Daddy said good.
Yeah.
Do what you want.
Yeah.
Did he at any point Daddy say you should come back to the education thing, or hey?
He never said that. He never said that. He saw how it fired me up, but he also saw that it was a success.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like at the end of the day, like abazali bethu, they want you to succeed.
Absolutely.
and also for you to be happy.
Do you know that there's a song that we played on the radio when I was at Metro?
Yeah.
We created a feature that we picked a song and then played it the whole week at the same time. I was with Azania in the afternoon drive at the time.
Iconic.
We chose Doobie Doo. And I'll always take credit for its popularity.
Thank you so much.
And why I say that, because we had a choice. We could have chosen any song from that album. And the size of Metro FM was just ridiculous. And we said, we like this one.
Wow.
Let's play this one. Because we were playing it every day, same time.
Yeah.
And then after that, it started getting requested. And we thought, okay, well, there it is. We were right.
You brainwashed them into loving the song.
Of course, and that's what we do.
You.
Even now, I still do a feature like that. But I do it for unknown artists.
Great.
A song that people have never heard at all. And then we say, here's your chance to hear a song. It was inspired by that very moment when I thought, okay, there was a Freshlyground moment where there was a Doobie Doo. We don't know what this song is about, but it sounds nice.
Thank you.
And we decided to play it.
Thank you.
When you look back to the time with Freshlyground, what type of memories what crosses your mind first? As a pleasant and unpleasant, as a best times of
17
years.
years.
It is a long time, I'm aware.
It's 17 years. Definitely. You know, I mean, when you're with a group of people, it's like a family, yabo?
Yeah.
It's like a family, and there are dynamics, micro dynamics.
Family dynamics.
They're family dynamics.
Yeah.
And singabantu at the end of the day, and as we have discussed, Amandu are complicated. We are complicated.
Absolutely.
What I will say is that I never dreamed that I would do half the things that I did with the Freshlyground.
Wow.
Never.
So exceeded.
my highest hopes.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't even have any hopes. You know, I was just I'm so grateful to that thing that pushed me to follow the dream.
Yeah. Whatever it was.
Whatever it was, I'm very grateful to it.
Because at the time it wasn't a dream. It was we are going. Are you coming?
We are going higher and higher.
And you
did. Yeah.
That's amazing.
I'll say that. I mean, I hope that doesn't sound too pat.
No. It's exactly that because there was no plan, no dream, no nothing. And Mate, come with us. You joined and it worked, exceeded expectation.
It did. I mean, if you think about it, Dumdana was the Eastern Cape.
21 at the time, 22.
Do you know what I mean? Whatever, 2021. Disuka eGqeberha, not even in Gqeberha yet, Port Elizabeth.
Yes, at the time.
Elokishini kwazakhele. Right? Can I now imagine myself singing at whatever, one of the 46664s, right? Can I imagine myself singing at another one of those events at Stevie Wonder's piano? Stevie Wonder that we used to listen to on cassette tape. Elokishini.
Yeah?
Can I imagine that I'm going to be in an elevator with the great Aretha Franklin?
You shared an elevator with Aretha Franklin?
I couldn't say a word. I couldn't even say hello, Miss Aretha.
I was going to ask what.
I was like...
You froze.
Could I imagine that
I've never met anyone that shared an elevator with Aretha Franklin and said nothing. Not a word.
I mean, maybe I said hello.
Did you find her in the elevator?
We just it was one of those events, ne?
Yeah.
Of 464.
Okay.
Where there was Cindy Lauper was there, Whoopi Goldberg was the MC, Stevie was saying happy, but he called us all onto the stage. Who else was there, guys? Utandiswa, I think, was there. Jesse Clegg was there. Papa Mal was there.
That's everybody.
It was heavy.
That's everybody.
And I can't even think about the other people that were there. So it was Radio City Music Hall, which is iconic venue, iconic in New York City. And people were kind of just around. And I went into the elevator and there she was, Umakulu, Aretha Franklin. And
probably said hi, and that was
probably said hi. I had the same kind of thing with B.B. King. We opened for B.B. King in Paris at the Zenith, which is also an incredible venue. Yeah. Our violinist at the time, Kyla, she had brought her vinyl, you know, like and actually went up to him and she got a signature. Zolani was like, I can't go.
So you did nothing?
I did nothing. I did not go to the great B.B. King and even say hi. How pathetic is that?
Yeah, I'm judging you. Right?
I'm just judging. I'm Kala. Let's judge. I'm not
Aretha Franklin. I would have given her a hug, whether she wanted it or not. Yeah.
So there's now a legacy of trauma. There's now a legacy of shame. The legacy of like, who are you?
You don't belong.
Like, who am I? Shame. Who am I?
Yeah.
Same way I felt at the World Cup.
What happened with that other girl? What's her name? The Waka Waka. Yes.
Shakira. I had this moment, Brother Dave, that really turned things around for me. That made me aware that I was living with this story of unworthiness, of
Who are you? Yes.
And it was in Soccer City, and I was like still like down at in the dressing rooms, we'd done the sound checks, we'd done everything. I was like, had the makeup on, could hear the crowds up in the stage.
This is the opening game.
Opening.
Yes, the festival.
This is opening. Yeah. Opening. Could hear the crowds, vuvuzelas, I don't even set the stage. It was like bomb.
Insane. Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah.
Uzolani is looking in the mirror and I'm like,
what was going through your head?
I was crying. I was like, surely I'm not the one.
Never.
Ndaxelela.
Oh no.
Talk about imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
And it's that really started my journey of like starting to look at my story starting to look at bar. Okay, but
what happened?
Yeah, like why at this biggest moment of my career, in front of like the world, literally, am I feeling that I'm I'm not worth being in there, you know?
Had that happened before, many times before?
I mean, probably, but that is magnified.
It's an exaggerated moment where you can't ignore it.
Absolutely. So I had to go investigating.
We got here because you were talking about how it exceeded your expectation. The Freshlyground experience.
Yeah.
And in exceeding your expectations, surely there are moments where you say, wow. When you are in a flight flying somewhere, or when you're on a stage performing.
Yeah. Singing with Tuku, with Oliver Mtukudzi, not once, not twice, not 3 times, recording with the man. I mean, things like that are like wild.
And then you leave.
Yes, I did.
I know it's 17 years later, so it's almost like this is a TV commercial. It's very short, and then you leave.
It's like humanity's time on the
exactly,
right?
Absolutely.
It's a blink of an eye.
Blink of an eye, and yet we think we've been here long.
We're like king of the jungle. Yes. It's all about us.
Let me ask quickly: what was the reason
to leave?
Yes,
I had lost touch with my voice, with my individual voice. I'd lost touch with that little girl, that preteen, whatever, who was just writing songs and little poetry things for fun and just for the fun of
expressing
the fun of
your thoughts. Yeah.
Not to say, but it wasn't fun still. But like, there's something that happens when something becomes so successful that it is like it's.
Did it have a life of its own?
It had a life of its own.
Yeah.
I want to share with you a dream that I had, a recurring dream. And this recurring dream was of me being in a car and I'm driving and everything is cool, ne? I'm driving Lemoto. And then I'm aware of me being in place, but Lemoto is driving itself. It's getting further and further away from me. Like going around curves, and like I'm like, oh my God, this car is gonna crash. It is driving itself right now, and this real panic and anxiety.
Not having control. That's bad. Don't tell me that's how you felt at some point.
I mean, that's what my subconscious was saying, and but I was being controlled because that's not the case. It's the feeling of. It's the feeling of being on a wheel, and it's a successful wheel.
Yes,
it's a very I can't do wrong. I'm gigging, This is a place of privilege. Yes, it's a place of privilege.
There's hundreds of millions of people who wish they could have even 10% of that.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
But I lost sight of myself somewhere within it. I lost sight of like what do I sound like when I'm not. When I'm not in a group, what I know what Zolani from Freshlyground sounds like, and that's cool. And there's 7 albums worth of and there's like all the stuff, but like, what do I sound like? What is the stuff that wants to come out of me? And even that is a very privileged question to even
to be able to ask that question. Not everybody gets there where you are. I want to hear me now.
Yeah, where too.
Yeah,
the audacity.
I'm like, I'm breaking away from the Commodores. I want to hear me now.
Yes,
it means we've done well enough, but I'm good. Was it an emotionally easy decision?
It was a very hard decision, and I want to say to you that thing of not knowing what I sound like wasn't just tied to the music that wanted to come out of me. It was also tied into identity.
Okay.
I was tied into like who am I? What am I for? Like what is my purpose in the world? Like what is my voice for? What do I want to stand for?
Those are big questions.
They were huge questions, and I think the timing of it was poignant because I was 38 at the time, and my eldest son was 6, which was almost 6, and this was the exact junction that when my mother died, she was 38 and I was almost 6.
So you had this...
I had an existential moment. Yeah, exactly. A real existential moment. For? What am I here for? I'm now about to outlive Mama Wam on this planet. What agwan, you know, like would I be happy with just carrying on, you know, like there's more. And then at the same time, those questions, you know, of worth, you know, like the thing of like kind of unraveling what has created uZolani, what are the experiences, the childhood experiences that have created the Zolani that you see in front of you today, who can say at the biggest peak moment of her career to herself, I'm not worthy of this.
She doubts her value and her worth. You know, you talk about the privilege of being placed in those environments, the privilege of having the privilege of choosing. You know, choosing whether I leave this thing or I hang around.
Yeah.
Where the most logical decision sounds like, what are you doing? You should do this.
Of course.
And so how overwhelming was the weight of this decision that you felt, no, I'm because it's not easy. It's like leaving your favorite job.
Oh, it was impossible without a package with an exit package.
Without an exit package, nothing. How much is it? We might throw you a party with a few friends. You know, it's probably that's what happened to you. Don't
my watch. Where's my gold watch?
There's none of that. You leave us. You think Lionel Richie got something?
I'm sure.
Nothing.
I hope so. Nothing.
Yeah. Michael Jackson got nothing from leaving the Jackson 5s.
But there it is. You know, like they had to leave that nest. Abanye bantu are very, and hats off to them, you know, like to be able to still, I had the question of why not stay? You know, like, and
that's what I'm.
Why not stay and keep doing these things
and figure yourself?
At the same time, I couldn't. And yes, maybe I'm an extremist.
Yeah, you wanted.
Maybe I'm an extreme person. I needed a complete break in order to just. It's almost like I did a complete overhaul.
Yeah.
Don't you, Dave? Don't you in all of the people that you've spoken to, right? Don't you feel, or do you feel, to question, or have you experienced that people that you speak to, it's like they've had more than one life in their life, 100%, right?
Yeah, I think it's a running theme, and because we are given that privilege as people to reconsider some of the big decisions that you've made. Example, me, this was never my intention.
Never your intention?
Never, ever, ever, ever. There's a show I liked that was about hearing and talking to people and finding people's stories.
Yeah.
But it was not that important.
Huh.
What was important was, believe it or not, it's something very strange, government communication. It remains one of my deep-rooted passion.
Government communication?
Let me explain. It's actually quite simple.
Okay.
When government tells you that you must fasten your seatbelt and you don't, I've always been fascinated by that decision. The changing behavior. When government says don't drink and drive and you don't.
Yeah.
Because at its core, it sits within a civic duty of a government to tell its people to please do the right thing.
Because they have the best interests at heart.
100%. Yeah. And you're hoping that they will do the same. Yeah. And this business was built on that. We've done campaigns of all shapes and sizes in that space. We had a client once, National Credit Regulator, whose job is to help us spend better, save better, and all of that.
Yeah.
But the challenge has always been, but they don't do it. Yes, no, people, they don't do it. Why is it that we tell them, but they don't do it? Exactly. And I've always been fascinated by changing behavior.
Yeah.
From a government perspective. I get it, we are quick to say, but government. Well, I say, but do you remember when they told you not to drink and drive? And you did. That's always been my fascination. To a point where I did a master's degree on that very same subject.
No, it wasn't even a...
No way. Wasn't that important.
Amazing.
But it has become the most important part of my last 6 years. This thing we're doing here. And I've learned to appreciate it. And as a result, it has given me a completely different life. Completely different life. That I appreciate it more. I want to do more of it. You know, and if I don't do it, I feel like something is missing. So it's the very point you were raising, how people will then change and will discover other things. Some are accidental, some are planned. Yeah. But in my case, it was completely accidental. It wasn't. I was meant to record 1 or 2 and say, that was nice. Look at now. We are on probably episode 500. I know, it's crazy, eh?
Congrats.
Thank you, man.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
About your mom.
Yes.
How did she feel about your, I mean, you were obviously much grown.
Yeah. But remember, moms look at you the same.
Yeah.
Most of your life.
Yeah.
You remain a little child. Yes.
So when she now sees David like going on this specific path, what was her response?
It became her favorite thing. To a point where, and story I've told many times, to a point where she would tell me about other podcasts.
Wow.
That I know nothing about.
Wow.
That are in Zulu, in KZN, where these people are chasing someone who killed someone. And they find them and they want to sit and talk about what happened. She started telling me. I would get home and go through her YouTube. It's like, who are these people that you're watching?
Oh, wow.
And I realized that I introduced this world to her. And she just completely loved it. She still refused to tell her story, though.
I was going to ask
she refused. She said, I can talk to you about it, but I will never record it. I don't know why. So as a result, almost every drive had a podcast recording that didn't have a camera. But it was a conversation about this moment and that moment. And she was very happy to tell the stories. But she refused to sit on that chair. And I wish she had said yes. It never happened. I really wish she had said it. And then we realized that maybe we need to speak to our elders more. There's a lot they have to tell us, a lot they have to teach us. Some are just funny stories. I now know my mom's regrets. I now know that the things that she wished she had done and she didn't, things like that. And fortunately, we had those conversations.
Wow, I'm so glad
I never missed those conversations.
Oh, I'm glad for you.
Your mom. At 31?
8.
She was young.
She was very young.
Wow.
She was very young. She died in childbirth.
No.
And the baby died as well.
Oh, that's just horrible.
No, it's bad. It's really bad.
Do you remember that time?
What I remember is a feeling of being very excited, and playing with my big brother, my little sister.
Yeah.
A feeling of like waiting and anticipation. And then I remember my father's face when he came back alone.
That's just crazy.
That's crazy. It's crazy.
Flip. Death is a horrible thing.
It's final.
Yeah,
Yeah. But.
There's a but?
There is a but, actually.
Okay.
There's a but, and I'm grateful for this but because my dad, with his foray into traditional Xhosa practices, introduced into the family that reconnection with ancestors and that sense that the people who are gone they're not fully gone.
True.
And we can connect to them. Right? My father had a practice of every single morning and every single night he would go to we have a space where we have traditional ceremonies.
Okay.
Yeah. And he would go and he would smoke his cigarette and he would talk.
Batumsamo.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah.
And he would go and speak to them.
Yeah.
And he's speaking about like things that, is he like just
chatting.
It's just like, this has happened and bless you. She's doing this thing, and whatever. And then at night, or just before the sun goes down, he would do the same thing again. So really keeping that connection very much alive. And that has really helped me in terms of coping with his death, because my father, like your mom, also died 2 years ago.
Oh no, it's not recent.
Yeah, it's very recent.
And your connection, because you speak of him with glowing, eyes.
Yeah, I do.
So clearly your connection with him was a special one.
My connection with him was really, really great.
Yeah.
My father, he had to really shut down emotionally, he shut down a great deal after my mother died, and it was very difficult to access him. So he still raised us, and we lived with him, but he was hard to reach.
Yeah.
The only times for a long time that we could reach my dad was when he was drinking. Then he would be this like very jolly like fellow.
There's a lot of those kind of guys in families.
Yeah.
You wait for a tipsy moment to find them again.
Yeah, to find them.
Yeah.
To find them.
How complicated was it though for you to be raised by a father who was available but not accessible?
This is the thing about childhood. Uyakula, what are you going to do?
Kids will grow. That's what someone said to me once. Kids will grow, whatever happens.
Your situation is situation yakho. It's not like you're like, Brenda, her family is like this. Let me maneuver, or let me feel a certain type of way about your family. Your family yakho.
That's your situation.
Situation yakho.
Yeah.
Situation yakho. You're not, or at least I don't recall necessarily. I mean, I'm sure I wished in my heart, that it could be different. That I had that dad that I remembered when my mother was alive, who was incredibly attentive.
So you do remember the difference?
I remember. I have the most beautiful memory of my dad. My father would wake up, go 6 in the morning. There would be this particular tune that would go Radio Xhosa back then it was called. It went I mean, how colonial is that?
Yes,
Radio Xhosa. I mean, like, guys.
That's like the British music.
I'm telling you. But whenever that would come on, I know about my dad's about to wake me up. It was time. It's going to be time for creche, whatever. But my dad was so gentle. Like he would wake me up, and he would like put me in the bath, and he would like let me sleep in the bath.
What?
How is that for generosity?
Yeah.
How is that for like, it's okay.
I'm aware you're not fully awake, but you have to wake up. I'll wash you while you're sleeping, basically.
For me, that is just that memory of my dad, of the music, of the sound of the presenters speaking his Xhosa, the warmth of the water, the gentleness of being cradled by my father, like just that feeling of safety is something that is imprinted in me.
Incredible.
And I want to say this on trauma. It's one of the reasons I think that I was able to even like be an okay person.
Yes.
Because I have that imprint. And if I could say anything to my fellow South Africans, because as you know, we have this epidemic of men who are not involved in their children's lives. There's nothing like feeling that your parent loves you.
Just the feeling.
The feeling.
Yeah.
And that's your child's not gonna get that just from when I'm sending some money every now and again, or seeing them every now and again. They would love you. Your child will love you nonetheless. But there's nothing like the safety of feeling by particularly our dads, guys. Uyangithanda. Dadam, uyandithanda.
Yeah. That is important, eh?
Oh, men out there, please hear this. Oh, we'll do so much healing in our country. Oh, we will heal so much. We will heal so much when we can be involved in our children's lives on an emotional level as well. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard.
It shouldn't be though.
But it is. But it is hard because for so many people in our country, we have to divorce ourselves from our emotions in order to survive our circumstances still today.
Yes, 100%.
But let that be a safe space. Try, guys. It's please.
Yeah. Have you done any work related to that?
The work that I've done that relates to that, because in my search of what is my purpose, I'd love to be a part of somehow being a part of a change in the way that we see the time of childhood up in South Africa. To see that like the more we can invest in our kids, and that's not money. The more that we can invest our care, our attention, and into our children and into their future.
True.
And
it's intentional. You can see what we're doing.
It's intentional. The better our societies are going to be, the better our communities are going to be, the better life is going to be for these very children.
Yeah.
So what I do is I'm an ambassador for certain musical,
I've seen certain
the children.
List of
Kids, yes. There's the Morris Isaacson Center for Music up in Soweto. There is, in the Western Cape, there is the Earth Child Project that works with kids in very underprivileged communities, teaching them like meditation skills and like yoga, and they do really important work, beautiful work. I was on the board of Zip Zap Circus School, which gives kids tools for life through circus, and then lending myself to projects that are to do with children and children's welfare, and doing a lot of concerts for kids as well. So using my platform in that way. But I want to go deeper. I feel like in this next chapter there's something deeper I can do.
Because your job is important. Your job is great. However, most of the work happens at home. Before anyone else comes.
Yeah.
It happens before they leave the house.
Yeah.
And if mistakes are made there, then they become weird humans that have to coexist with everybody else and who are still weird humans. So you find these weird humans living together.
By the way.
So it becomes a very complicated scenario.
Yeah.
But most of the work happens at home. And that's exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
When you said, my fellow South Africans, do better
Please,
with your
man.
kids.
We must.
Yeah.
We must.
Hey, we missed this one. It's a complicated one. A better part of this week, for some reason, I've been talking about that on the radio.
Really?
Yeah, it's been a weird thing about... today we're talking about Izugul. These grandkids who believe that the family house belongs to them.
Okay.
And they were not there. Like, ufike... Let's record. And wow.
Nice.
Did I do that?
Good save.
It's fine. We'll leave it like that. Ufike let's record. And now you're fighting with your uncle.
Yeah.
Yeah, now he calls this place home.
Yeah.
Really home. And when your mom and yourselves marriage didn't work and you've been living here. And now you're older, you're 25, you have a bassy voice, and you tell your uncle, and those are the type of conversations we've been having. And those are the weird humans that I keep talking about. And I'm not taking sides because there's an equal argument that says, my mom never got married. I was born here now. And I have nowhere else to go.
Yeah.
Do we all know the state of our economy? I have no job. What do you want me to do? So there's an equal side of this debate where you have to try to be understanding. But I said continuously on air that then you can't fight you two, the uncle and the Zugul. You have to live together. You have to coexist.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, there can't be animosity. There must be a harmony. So that means you need to figure out how to live together. So those are some of the conversations.
Isn't that the story? We have to figure out how to live together.
Anyway.
and as you said, it starts with curiosity about each other's stories.
That's it, yeah. Let's go back to the music a little bit about what happened after Freshlyground. What happened after Freshlyground?
What happened?
Because it's an album that wins an award, but carry on.
Right.
Yes.
What happened after Freshlyground is I had this spiritual reconnection through this guy took me for my first ever dive in the sea.
Whoa.
In 2020.
Okay.
And he was doing this crazy project he wanted, it sounds so Cape Town, but he wanted to capture the sound of the sea forest, like the kelp that grows underneath.
There is an octopus thing but carry on.
He's that guy.
That's the guy. Okay.
The guy. He was the guy in that documentary that won the Oscar.
Yes.
My Octopus Teacher.
Yeah.
Lovely guy. Lovely man. Very interesting man. He had learned all of these amazing ways of tracking from the master trackers in the Kalahari. And amazingly enough, he was able to apply that to the ocean, where he started tracking this octopus and developed a relationship with this octopus. I mean, it's a wild story.
We saw it on Netflix.
It's wild.
Yeah,
it's wild.
And for me, it's that somebody would even think of doing that.
Yeah, I mean, he would never have thought about it. He would never. All he was doing was he was combating his depression, his fatigue after like having worked, solidly in film for however many, and he resolved to every day go and dive in the ocean, no matter if it's storming, raining, whatever, every day go in.
Yeah.
And it was through this kind of repetitive, kind of this commitment that he developed this relationship interspecies.
Incredible.
It's a wild world. It's a wide, wild world.
And you intersect.
Gogo, this guy, he reached out to me. He said, there's this, multi-Grammy award-winning cellist called Yo-Yo Ma who's coming to South Africa, and he's doing a tour around South Africa. And he would be interested in seeing this man, cellist, coming together with me and their organization, which is the Sea Change Project, that tells stories around the ocean and nature, connecting humans, to make a song of the sea forest, of the African sea forest.
What?
Yes. And so this was one of the things that he had learned from spending time with the trackers in the Kalahari, is that they would connect somehow with the spirit of the animal that they're tracking.
Okay.
And this is part of their tools for tracking the animal. Yeah. And within this tracking, this connecting spiritually, they also would connect with the landscape. And one of their wisdoms is that every landscape has a song.
Yes.
And so he was interested in, can we capture the song of the sea forest? I'd never heard of anything like that.
Far.
It's so
left field.
Where to?
Yes.
So he tells me this about a month before I have my very last gig with Freshlyground, which is the end of 2019. And I said, I'm very busy. Let's connect in February 2020. And he did. And he took me for my first dive. And I had a spiritual experience.
What happened?
What happened to me is that he had prepared me to kind of open myself to receiving whatever the song or these melodies were. And so, there is something about being an artist who is an artist in general, where that is kind of a part of your offering, is that you open yourself to receive inspiration.
Yes.
Right? And you kind of catching melodies from the air all the time, or
words,
or lyrics, or if you're an artist, there are things that influence our creativity and our inspiration. So I guess in that way I was kind of primed, maybe, to be able to open myself and to go. And also with my background as an actress, maybe, getting into the imagination of like, okay, let's go with letting it flow. I was able to really hear. And there's this experience that you can have that's called being cold drunk.
Okay, explain that.
When you have been submerged for a longish time, and it's almost like you get to a state of euphoria. When you come out. And so I experienced the state of euphoria, and I was just like giggling and laughing, and it was like this
so it's
the
a
most
thing.
Beautiful high. It's a thing.
Yeah.
Cold drunk. Yeah, I would recommend it.
Yeah.
But I was hooked from then. Then I started diving with them with the Sea Change Project. I became a part of them and an ambassador for them. And somewhere along the line, I started going to the sea by myself. And I started doing the practices that I'd learned from my father, watching my father, in terms of honoring in terms of asking for permission.
Those conversations.
Yeah. I started having those conversations at the sea. And going to dive in the sea by myself and going like, deep into the sea, like swimming right across, in the ocean and diving and it really opened up that connection with my ancestors.
What?
Wild.
Yeah.
Which like I had the experience of growing up and witnessing him and being a part of the ceremonies, but there's something different to you taking those practices on yourself and the penny really dropping for yourself of really making that connection of like, wow, okay, I am actually a part of this lineage of these Dlaminis.
You know what I mean?
And I am feeling the connection with my great-grandmother, who maybe I never even met.
Incredible.
Yes. Yeah. It's like, it's amazing thing to take ownership. Ownership is the wrong word, but of that journey. It's a little bit like any kind of spiritual relationship, you can be taken to church, as a child.
A connection.
Yeah, but to really have that personal, real life connection with God, with Christ, or with the Buddha, or whatever it is a profound thing. So
and it happened, and you translated it into sound.
And I translated it into sound.
And so he was right that there's.
He was right.
Yeah,
he was right. Yeah, all those things that he had learned from those indigenous First Nations was absolutely true.
Did you feel the pressure, the commercial pressure, or our social pressure of releasing?
Right.
Of creating music.
Right. So here's where my privilege comes in again. In that I knew that. This couldn't be tied into success. Okay. My journey of going in search of my voice, whether it be art, my identity, my purpose, could not be tied into success.
No.
So I actually threw that away.
So the word commercial fell off.
It fell off. Yeah. Much to the chagrin of my team, my management team,
Actually.
I took on a different artist name, just to read, which is the one who sings, that name that was given to me by Abantu, to give myself the cover of really feeling free to just experiment. Yeah. I wish this for everyone, particularly people who have gone through fame and celebrity.
Why do you do that? Why do you wish for it for others?
I wish it for others because there's something about being known. Known.
Yes.
Recognizable. Maybe even, adored.
Yeah. People want to take pictures with you.
Yeah. That sets you apart from the collective.
Got you. Yeah.
That people relate to you differently.
Does it affect your thoughts?
Absolutely.
Of how you relate to the
big
world?
time. Yeah. Of course it does. Especially when it's so acute. Luckily, by that time, I was 17 years in. So I was already starting to be like a bit of an auntie.
Yeah.
It wasn't so acute.
Yes.
The fame, like the level and the height of fame, as in like when I was in my 20s.
Yes.
Which can really mess with your mind because now you also get convinced by, hey, it's special.
Okay.
But yeah.
So it does.
Definitely.
Yeah, neural pathways.
Big
become
time.
a new person. Yeah.
No, you do. And how can it not? Yeah. How can it not?
Yeah, when the cops stop you, they recognize you. When at the shop, they recognize you.
I could tell you so many stories. We can get away with so much stuff,
Yes. Yeah.
So you can also buy into that feeling of being special and being
as a permanent state of mind. Yeah, you can buy into it.
You can, and that can really mess you up. So it was a real gift for me to be able to come back to anonymity, to come back to being just the one who sings, you know, like much as like the one who paints the houses, the one who, you know,
you're a plumber now,
who bakes.
You're a plumber now. You're an electrician.
What a gift! What a gift, David. You.
Interesting you say this, because I've been on radio for a long. I mean, radio gives you the ability to exist without people really knowing who you are.
Yeah.
Until we bloody put cameras in. And then my life changed since YouTube. However, my mind hasn't changed.
Oh, nice.
And because when you're describing this, I still can't relate.
Nice.
With the person who is aware that they're known.
Were you?
No. I'm not completely aware that I'm known. And I like that state of reality, that when people greet me, I think I know them and I forgot them, and that's not a good feeling. And then I realize that maybe they saw me on YouTube. Do you get that? And it's like, okay, I guess. Yeah. And then I question them, but that's not worth celebrating. It's my problem. It's like, you can do it too, type of logic, you know what I mean? You can also shoot a video and post it, and then people recognize you. So then that becomes I don't know what you guys are celebrating, but it's fine. Let's just move on.
Yeah.
So that's what
I think also because you've had that benefit, you know, of being behind the mic, you know,
where you're just the voice. But there's privilege in being famous.
The experience of being one amongst many.
Yeah.
The experience of just being another human being is what I mean. Because you can have go have your silence.
Yeah.
But to be able to be with other people.
To stand in a queue like everybody else.
Wow. How nice. How nice. And and there's no moment that's created around you.
To get a traffic fine.
Well. There are some perks that
because you're normal. It's like ati ngiyakwazi.
Touche.
You're getting a ticket. You see what I mean?
I totally get what you mean.
But you'll never achieve complete anonymity.
Sure.
Because you're a recognizable face.
Yeah, and it's been long. It had been two decades that people had been, in touch with my voice as well, much like you.
Yes.
And my face.
Your face.
Yeah.
Yeah, because your face, we've seen it for a long time. We've absolutely fallen in love with it, fallen in love with the work, fallen in love with everything.
Yeah.
And then when the announcement comes that she's out, it's like, no, sis, guys, something is wrong with her. No, I promise you. I really thought Niluile is so bad.
No.
That, we imagine the worst. We want drama.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, we want drama.
Makes sense.
But they didn't agree. It was a contractual thing.
And saying it with such certainty.
Yeah, it was contractual. She realized, ma'am, Rob.
Oh.
Nothing like that, eh?
I mean, yeah.
Oh.
Sorry. Edit that out.
Which part? Good bag Rob or?
No. It wasn't like that.
Okay.
It wasn't like that. No.
But there was something.
Hi, but David.
No, it's fine. You don't have to tell us.
Don't put words into my mouth. Yo, I can see the comments.
No, you don't have to. If
there's something she's not saying.
Okay.
No, what that face was about is, and it's something that I didn't realize until after I left Freshlyground.
Okay.
Because after I left Freshlyground, I started working with women.
Okay.
Exclusively.
Yeah.
So all of the musicians in my band were females.
Yes.
And intentionally, I made that space a space that was like really a generous, relaxed, loving, kind space, right? Where, yes, it's about the music, but it's also about leaning on each other. It's also about being together.
Okay.
That was stark contrast to being in a predominantly male environment.
Naturally, yeah.
You know? which is and I don't want to put. There's no shade on the men.
No,
but there's something.
Yes, without delving into what it was, we are two different species.
Completely.
Yes,
for me, there is something about being in the company of women that really relaxes my nervous system.
Okay. Yeah.
And I think it's a unique opportunity in our industry to be in a space where we are creating music as women who, this is what we do when we chill, when we're together.
Mm-hmm.
We're chilling, we are singing together. We're doing the so-called softer things, that are about connecting us.
Got you.
In a different way than if there's men.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what that face was.
And you achieved that.
Oh, I did.
Yeah,
I did. And now, so that project was called The Feminine Force, and The Feminine Force is now it's my band that I work with.
And the reason I even phrased the question, you achieved it, is clearly it was intentional. This is what you were going for. Yeah. And does it translate? How does it translate into the music? Is there anything texturally with the music that is a clear reflection of that intention?
Yes, because in the 5 years that I since leaving Freshlyground, the music was very, very folky.
Okay.
It was very folky. Yes. It was a lot of traditional Xhosa instrumentation.
Got you.
In the form of Sky Dladla, who is an incredible instrumentalist. She and I have just contributed to an Emmy Award winning documentary, the soundtrack, The Pangolin, which is also on Netflix. And it's a lot of harmonies. I made sure that every single person in that band sang. Even if they came in feeling I can't sing.
But there is something.
I was like, you're going to sing. So all of us sang. So there is something within that.
Yeah.
Now with this new work that I'm putting out, which is an album called People Power, it's mostly women that have worked on the album. But there's something different about it in that the producer, she's also a female producer. She comes from a very pop, background.
Are you changing?
So it has changed the nature.
You're introducing something new to her.
It's changed. We are introducing something to her, and also her influence is coming in, and kind of has come. It's more of the now. Let's say it's more kind of more pop, more like in the world now. There's a Gom song that is my first single that I released, Cosa Nostra.
Yes.
And oh man, it's a good journey.
How are you feeling about it? About this moment?
I'm feeling so good about this moment. This album is called People Power.
Why?
It's called People Power because I realized what the voices of a collective can do. The power of the voice of a collective, for good or bad, of course.
Absolutely. Sometimes we collaborate for nonsense.
Yeah, Eva. But when we come together, particularly over an ideal that is for the greater good, there's such juice in that.
In the Bible, but when two gather.
Yes, in my name. In my name.
Yeah, two or more.
Two or more.
In my name.
That's right.
So that's really conceptually, that's what it speaks to.
It is what it speaks to. And it speaks to also the fact that it took people recognizing their power to end the system of apartheid. And it's also going to take people power to direct us towards the future that we actually do want as South Africans.
As a nation.
As a nation. It will take us realizing that we have power as individuals and as the collective.
You brought us here. Do you think we're not aware of our power?
Hey, I don't think we're fully aware of our power. No.
Or maybe we don't understand it.
Maybe we don't understand it.
Or you're looking at yourself as an individual. and not as a collective. My one vote, surely it can move a needle. And you don't realize that, as you put it, people power collectively, it could change so much, which it has in the past.
But and even that individual voice, man, even that recognition of really how even if ndihlala ekyotombeni, even if I live in a shack and I have influence over the one or two other people that live with me and maybe like my neighbors, just by virtue of the way that I show up, right? That's power.
Yeah.
There's the recognition of your power is intrinsically linked to knowing yourself, being curious about yourself.
Yeah.
Getting in touch with yourself. Getting in touch with yourself. Getting in touch with yourself.
It looks like you've gone through it.
That's also a hard one.
What did you find?
I found so much. I found that I can be a total mess. Totally. Of course. I found so much. I found that I still have, I wouldn't say I'm healed of this thought of why me?
Okay. I'm still a bit of it.
I'm not healed.
Yeah, okay.
And maybe I never will be. I'll always maybe have that voice of like self-doubt of like, really me? Can I really, like even these big things that I'm saying affect like how we see the time of childhood in South Africa? That's like huge. Yeah. There's a big part of me that's like,
I can't be the one delivering this message.
Like me? Like how? Much rather go Netflix and chill, and like,
yeah.
Absolutely. So I've learned this. I as an organism am complex.
Yeah.
As are you.
Well,
as is the next one.
Absolutely.
As is the next one. Yeah. As is the next one. And I've learned to just try to be gentle with myself. I've learned to as much as I can do the practices that keep me on my path, whether that's just taking a walk every now and again, whether that's meditation that really helps with my anxiety, daily meditation, whether it's getting into the ocean, like damn,
You still do it?
I do, not as much as would be.
So there was a time when it was obsessive.
Yeah,
wow.
There was a time,
and
there was a beautiful time. Yeah, good time. The more being present with my kids, when I'm with them at home,
Let's talk about your home.
Let's talk about it.
Whose home?
So my kids are my home.
Okay.
And the father of my children is my home. Wow. He and I have actually just recently got divorced.
Oh no.
Oh, so good.
What do you mean?
So good. I wish this kind of divorce on anyone.
Nobody wishes divorce on anyone.
I don't wish divorce on anyone, but I wish this kind of divorce on anyone.
Why?
Because he and I, we've known each other since we were kids, really, since 2000. And we have grown together. We have 2 children. One is almost 13, the other is 10. We have seen each other change over time. We have grown apart.
Sure.
We have walked different journeys, and we came to a place where we both realized about 4 or 5 years ago that actually it's not it anymore, and it's not feeling that. It's not feeling authentic, man. It's not feeling this thing of marriage, of being married to each other is, and it was tough.
I can imagine.
Yeah. Because it didn't.
Someone has to raise it first.
And it didn't come from me. Ooh. And that's very hard.
Yeah.
That's very difficult.
Yeah.
Because the rejection, and like the pain of all of that. But by the grace of God, I was able to go through my process of really investigating, okay, what did go wrong in my relationship and what was my part in it?
And you found stuff.
Yeah, I did.
That you did.
And I didn't want to We don't want to. I don't want to look at. We don't want to look at ourselves and look at where we went wrong. I found this book called Spiritual Divorce. Somebody gave me, and it's like almost like a workbook of like going through like. It like asks you these like okay, he did this, she did, what did you do? Like, can you remember circumstances where you perhaps were like mirroring that? And that was flipping hard, but it was a very important exercise.
And were you able to admit truthfully to yourself that that's me?
I was.
Yeah.
I wasn't. It wasn't easy. It's easy to say it now because I'm 5 years on, but yeah. And so now we are at a place now where we're family. Because we're raising our children together, but we're not together.
Yeah.
You know? And
you're saying this is good.
It's good, man. It's good because I'm able to see him. I'm able to see him as him again. You know, he's not like this guy I'm married to and that I have to live with. And you know, we are husband and wife, and we are but we're actually not talking.
You have to
communicating
explain things too. You have to. So now it's no longer have to.
It's no longer have to. Yeah. You know, there's like there's so much pressure has lifted off, and there's something also very loving about being able to acknowledge all of these years that we've had together, being able to acknowledge all the love that we have shared and still share, but in a different kind of way now. And also for our children, you know, what an amazing opportunity to be an example of like, this is your mother, this is your father. They're no longer together, but they're good. But they're good, and we can be friends, and we will always be your parents.
Yeah. Did the difficult moments affect the kids, or at least?
I don't think so. I think we were able to. I think we were able to shield them.
Yeah.
I think we were able to shield them.
Because kids generally struggle with divorce.
Yeah.
Again, it depends how it's presented.
It really does. I mean, particularly if the parents are themselves not.
You're not okay.
If you're not okay, and you're not also, I don't know, you're not taking responsibility for in AA in the rooms, you know, in the like 12-step programs, they encourage you to take care of your side of the street. You know,
check yourself out.
Check yourself.
That's it. Yeah.
Check yourself. It's easy to point fingers and be like, when are you did the no. How did I contribute to the breakdown of this marriage?
Wow.
You know?
And you found stuff.
Oh, yeah, you found stuff.
Do you know the thing about people who divorce and say, we're good. Someone else who comes, Ashela, they have to compete with this goodness. This goodness, yeah, she's available, but I think they still love each other.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
They kissed by mistake, these ones.
Oh, well, it's really possible.
That hug is too long.
Oh, I understand.
Yes.
No, I mean,
you guys are good.
We're good.
But you lost. Do you feel a sense of loss? Or
I did.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
I did feel a sense of loss, and I also felt a sense of guilt. You know, I felt a sense of like, I felt after feeling like, you know, like betrayed or feeling like rejected. I don't know. There's something there, man. There's something about doing the work.
That's why most of us don't.
There's something about doing the work, and it's mucky, you know, and it's icky, you know, and it's
dirty.
It's dirty. You're excavating. You're like, and then like, oh, that's why I was unavailable. And actually, oh gosh, I was unavailable. I was emotionally unavailable there, much like my father before me. You know, like I had that example, and oh, that's where it comes from. Oh, that's where this comes from. Okay, I've learned a lesson now. Doesn't mean that I won't ever do it again, but you know, but now you're aware. Knowledge is power.
Was it actual therapy, self or consulting?
You know, I feel like I did a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like I did a lot.
You looked at yourself.
I did. It was a lot.
Well done that you come out of it. It's a soft landing now. It feels like it. Yeah.
Now it's a soft landing.
And you divorcing, you're going through this musical change, you're going through a career change.
Yeah.
How did you manage to navigate through these huge changes that are almost happening around the same time?
Yeah, sometimes there's a gift in that, you know. It's like
Rather an explosion.
Yeah, like really like who do you want to be? Who are you without Lendo, without this marriage? Who are you without this band? Who are you without this? It's a journey. It's the journeys that we all have to walk.
Tell me about some of the toughest nights in that space. Some of the most complicated, difficult nights where you're questioning your own big decisions. Or did it happen at all?
Oh gosh, there's so many. There's so much. Let me see what I'm willing to share.
They are difficult, eh?
It's difficult. It's difficult to be a human being, man.
Sure.
It's difficult.
Yeah.
Especially when you want to actually be alive to your life.
You want to feel yourself.
That comes with so many challenges because then you have to actually feel.
Yeah. You have to feel everything.
You have to feel everything. You've gone through this life where you've had to survive, learn how to survive life, and kind of numb yourself, and have all these survival mechanisms, which for me alcohol became one of them.
Okay, yeah.
Hence me ending up in a 12-step program.
Wow, it got that bad.
Definitely. Escape, so escape became my mechanism for me. That escape that started, as I was telling you, when I was a child with food,
yes. It just graduated.
It graduates.
Yes. I always say it starts as ice cream and then ends up being a beer.
Yeah, as we've mentioned in this conversation, for now our kids, they've got they've got this screen that they can access
everything. You have no idea how scary that world is. I'm so scared. Yeah,
I'm so scared, and the anxiety that comes with such exposure.
Yeah.
So for me, it got very dark. Yeah. I have had a lot of dark moments. And a lot of dark moments of also just like really questioning, but like that old existential question of like really like what
am I doing?
What am I doing? Like what am I for? Like why? And luckily in those moments, having these two little beautiful children, that's a good why to keep going.
Did you have any other support?
Yeah, I've got friends.
Yeah.
I've got friends. My dad was quite supportive, My family is quite supportive, and I think really just to come back to the father of my children and me, the having grown up with somebody. For me, there's something about it, like going through your 20s and your 30s together. I feel it's not for nothing.
No.
It
can't be.
It can't be for nothing. And I think one of the things that kept me going and kept him going, and to kind of really to come to to this point that we are at, is an honoring
of the
journey of that time.
Yeah. And in fact, for me, as you like the way you say it, it's an honoring because it's a soft landing in the end. The story doesn't end with fork. I don't want to see you ever again. And of course, that inherently will affect the kids.
Yeah.
And everybody else.
Because if we didn't have kids, we wouldn't necessarily have to be in each other's lives. We could be like, thanks for all the fish,
Catch you
later. But there are our children whom we love. It helps that we're both conflict avoiders.
Oh. Am I a conflict avoider?
Are you? For some reason, I feel like you're not conflict.
No, I'm a conflict avoider.
Really?
But I will bring it up eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I can't stay in the debt for too long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you always find a way to address.
Yeah, I can't stay in the debt for too long. I can't. I'm incapable of it. I will hang around it.
Will you try to make ways of not addressing it, not necessarily head on, but
no, I you know what? I've learned over the years that head on is quicker. And then that's a little thing that is like, we're going to duck around head on, and then but it's not easy to switch on the head on machine where you're saying, all right, yeah, I didn't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it becomes very difficult.
Yeah.
You realize when you say I didn't like that, they also say I didn't like that too. And then it becomes but I realized over the years that head on is quicker. It doesn't waste time. And it's like removing a bandage. Let's do it quickly and finish. But know and remind ourselves that we have to end well.
Yeah.
We have to end well.
Yeah.
But let us go through this bump.
Yes.
But we have to end well because if we don't end well,
we're not here to fight.
We're here to iron out this bump because we probably don't understand each other here. And let's show one another. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't like it too.
That's great.
Now we know you don't like those things. I didn't know you don't like those things.
That's so grown up.
Yeah.
I know. I applaud you. That's a great place to
It took me long to get here.
But you got there. Some people don't get there.
I guess.
Some people don't get there. Some people don't do that work, that inner work of investigating and learning how to even just to be with.
Exactly.
Hey, were you?
Do you plan to do it again?
To get married again?
Yeah.
Let's wait about marriage, but I would definitely I'd like to have love in my life, I'd like to have that partnership.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would very much like that.
What do you like more about it? What is it that you still yearn for it?
I like the idea of being able to lean on somebody. I like the idea of being able to really share my inner life with somebody.
Got you. Yeah.
Damn, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Right? to be able to experience life with somebody.
Yeah. Because what's the point of watching something amazing alone?
Yeah.
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 And then you keep reminding yourself how great that was. It's always nice to say, you remember.
Because I will also forget, so it'd be nice to have somebody to say, do you remember when? And be like, I forgot about that.
When did we do that?
Oh, man.
So you still yearn for those conversations?
I would love it. I mean, Professor Upiti Kantuli and his wife, they're like, they've been together for like a really a long time, and I want to be with somebody when I'm gray.
Yes, eh?
To be like to look back on our lives. Look back on how much we've learned individually and together.
Yes.
I mean, that's baller.
Having dated from such a young age, do you think that could have had an issue? That
could have been an issue.
Yeah, you started early, and as humans, we spoke about this, you are likely to change. And when we met, we aligned, but then naturally we kind of changed. I don't like the color red anymore. You like it. And I know you like it, but I don't care that you like it anymore. Because you know what I mean? Like we are changing.
Yeah.
Has that affected? And I say this question because I remember someone got married when they were 24. By the time they got to 32, they hated each other. And they said they realized that they just changed.
Sure.
Yeah. They didn't, there's a lot of things that they didn't know. Now they do.
Yeah.
Not about each other, about life.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of things that they discovered. The husband started smoking because he discovered it and he likes it.
And she couldn't stand it.
You know what I mean? So did you have any of that? Because you started quite young.
We did. I mean, we just one of those relationships where we would break up and get together again. So we weren't fully together the whole time.
Continuous, yeah.
But I wouldn't take any of it back.
No.
And
the hardship.
I wouldn't even take the hardship back because the hardship has taught me so much about myself.
Yeah.
At various stages of our relationship. I remember when I was younger, like in my mid-20s, I remember not being able to really not being able to express myself.
Oh no.
No, like really. And how tough that was. And then you've got the beauty then of 5 years, 10 years on from that, noticing there's a change. There's a change in me, in the way that I relate and in the way that I can communicate. Wow. That's the beauty of relationships, is that there's such a beautiful mirror also for you.
Of yourself. You see yourself through this person's eyes.
Tada. Tada.
Well, what do you wish for your kids?
I wish for my kids, my eldest son, his name is Zazi, that means know yourself.
Yeah.
I wish for them to know themselves. I wish for them to know their value. I wish for them to know their contribution to the world, because I feel like everybody, all of the many of us, has something to contribute.
100%. Imagine if we all brought 100% to the story.
Oh, that sounds so good.
If all of us brought what we were meant to do to this life experience.
Oh, man. That would be awesome. That would be so awesome.
What's wrong with us humans?
Yeah, you see, human.
That's complicated.
We're human.
Yeah.
We're human. There's so much we have to forgive about the very nature of just being human.
Being human.
So I would really love that. My other son, his English name is Eli, and then his Xhosa name is Zenithande, which means may you love. I wish that for him.
Yeah.
In particular, that he may love.
Why? Are you picking up stuff?
I think I must have, because he's whip smart, this kid. He's 10, but like even by the time he was like 7, he was talking to me about like this question of why are humans like this. He was like the problem with the world is humans.
Wow.
If
in life. Those are big questions.
Like if humans were not around, everything, the environment would be better.
Yes.
Like this, and why do we use money when like people are like living on the street? Why can't there be like ways of just feeding people? Why does it have to depend on money?
Wow.
So it's like for me, I feel like the lesson for him is like just open your heart.
Amazing how at such a young age, those are big size. Those are, even adults don't want to confront questions like that.
Absolutely.
Or they don't even cross our minds.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed this thoroughly. I don't want to
Me too.
I don't want it to end.
Me too.
But it has to. It has to.
At some point.
Yes.
Can I ask you a closing question?
Sure, I should be the one asking, but
that's okay. You can ask me a question as well. In closing, what has been for you the biggest gift of having conversations with people?
Lessons. Remember, before we started recording, I said, let's learn from your life experience. Imagine that I get to do this.
Yeah.
Over and over and over and over again. I learned so much. Some of the stuff that I know now come from this podcast. Yes, and some of the relationship reactions come from hearing people's lessons. Interesting, you speak about your divorce and how you wish this type of divorce. And Kenneth Ngozi also speaks of that. He says,
that's cool.
The way he phrased it, he says they broke up because they were becoming horrible for the kids. That union was no longer great for the children.
Yeah.
And they had to make an adult decision. We are messing up the kids. This thing is not working. And look at what it's going to do to the kids. So those are some of the tidbits that, and randomly something would cross my mind.
Yeah.
About a story that Kaifa Semenya said, how the music entered his brain when he was a kid, that it was coming from the neighbors. There was a lot of music in Alexander from the neighbors, and that's how it filtered into his brain. And he grew much, much older to really play back that music with a different interpretation. But it was that music that now he's older, he can. So all those conversations, I've genuinely fallen in love with old people from this experience.
Wow.
Yeah, and because my mom passed on when she was 82. She was older.
Yeah.
She was old.
Yeah.
So my relationship with old people is much, much stronger. I enjoy hearing what they have to say. So that's what really came out of this experience and these many, many, many recordings. And people's tears, where pain comes from. I picked up a lot of that. Our childhood is horrible. We've experienced so much nonsense in our childhood. And that has taught me how to have a positive influence on my children.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? How can I contribute positively? How to guard against bad memories.
Oof.
You know what I mean? Because you don't want them to have these bad memories.
Yeah.
So that means you need to do a lot of work to avoid all these bad memories that could easily happen in their lives, because they don't forget. And they will never forget. And most of the tears on the show come from childhood trauma. Yes, exactly. And I say, ooh, there's a lot of work there. You have to genuinely protect the kids because they become based on what you're doing to them now. Sure. And those are lessons that I got from here. Nowhere else.
Wow.
Nowhere else. No book, no nothing. These are conversations.
Wow.
And they've stayed, and hopefully they've made a contribution to those that watch the stuff as well. I remember Tsepo Maseko spoke a lot about the complexity of relationships. And there's a lot of great lessons from those conversations about don't do this and do that. He was a very educational guy in terms of relationships and the mistakes that people make. And he has stories, and he's quite an animated character when he tells his stories. So those type of things, they've stayed with me, and they will always stay with me. Yesterday, we were talking to Umamu Notembi, Dr. Notembi, who's a Ndebele artist. And the love for culture and love for Ndebele people. It's just, I remember I walked away from it thinking, I don't do enough for my Bedi culture. You know what I mean? I walked away feeling that way. And those are the type of things that then stay with you now. With how much of your language do you speak with your kids? And how much of that are you really intentional about? They must speak it because it's important to you. And you see what I mean? Look at how you're processing that thought.
100%.
And I walked away from that conversation with that, So yeah, I learned so much.
Wow.
More than anything, I enjoy the lessons. I enjoy the stories. I enjoy the lessons. And I enjoy really how different people's life journeys worked out, struggled, made it, didn't make it. There's a lot there. So yeah, it's 500 episodes later.
Yeah.
I wish you well, man, with everything.
Thank
with the
you.
kids, with the music.
Thank you so
with
much.
love.
Thank you.
And you won an award recently, the best produced album.
It's not that recent.
It's in the last how many years?
That was my first solo album.
Yeah.
My
it's
solo
worth,
album.
It is
worth acknowledging.
Yes.
That is very true.
It means the solo journey is not a failure.
Right. I mean, oh my gosh. I mean, and since that I've performed at Carnegie Hall, which I mean, I never thought that I would. And as a solo artist, that's
Do you see what I mean?
Such a beautiful thing. And I've got a movie that's being made on me by an Oscar-winning director.
Listen to that.
So really beautiful things. Yeah, I'm feeling like I'm walking my path.
Because I think you're such a talented musician. And when we see talented musicians leave the space that made us discover their talent.
Yeah.
We as consumers of the stuff, we feel like, are you sure, Marcisi? So then when we see it work, it's like, okay.
We always knew you would.
You know what I mean? And that's why I wish you 100 more albums. I wish you 100 more songs. And you still write, I imagine, a lot of...
Definitely I write. Definitely.
Is it a regular thing?
It's not a super regular thing, but I try to make time for that creative muse, Yes. Yeah.
What is your favorite song that you've written? Favorite / I'm proud of that one.
Oh, man.
For whatever reason.
Okay. So there is a song that I wrote recently. There's a lot.
Of course.
There are a lot. But this one is called Lullaby for Zen. And it's a song that I wrote for my youngest, Uzenitande. And in it, he's got a little home recording of him crying and me changing him as a baby.
Yeah.
And then it goes into the body of the song. And the song is just really like just wishing my blessings on him and wishing that he know that he is loved, that he is protected. And I think I would love to end this interview by saying that I wish that for all of our children. And I wish that, like Kenneth Ngozi and his wife, who realized that as adults, the adults in the room, the way that they were interacting was really negatively affecting the children and they needed to do something different. I wish that for us as the older citizens of this country to make decisions for the youth, for a better future for them, coming generations.
We need to really be adults.
Can we please be adults? Loving adults.
A rock.
ooh, yeah, roka. Ooh, yeah, roka. Fana nawe, bra Dave.
We are trying here. I spoke more on this episode than ever in my life. We're going to edit that.
Thanks so much.
Thank you, man.
Thanks.
King David Studio Podcast.